From the shores of Lake Erie to the horseshoe at noon, we're talking Browns, Guardians, Cavs. Yeah, we're changing the tune. It's a Buckeye state of mind. Yeah, we bleed scarlet and gray. We're breaking down the game and we're doing it our way. Don't want the water down, don't want the polite. We're dealing in the truth, bringing all of the hype. From the 216 to the 614, it's the daily dose of sports that you've been looking for. Yeah, we're going nuclear. Cleveland fighting Buckeye fear. From the dog pound roar to the stripped OHIO. Going nuclear. Let's get ready to go. We're talking ball strikes, touchdowns, and all the drama. Welcome to Going Nuclear.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Going Nuclear, full-blown coverage of the Land, part of the Land Multimedia Group. Ethan Greenberg here. Alongside of me is Drew Hagenbaugh, and I know Mike Pellegrini, Mike from the UK, will be back with us. We're having some technical difficulties across the pond there. I think he was just trying to cop out to watch a soccer, to be quite frank. Is that?
I think that's fair to say, right?
Yeah, is that fair? Okay, no. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and welcome aboard again. Another fun evening talking about all of the good, the bad, the indifferent in Cleveland sports and the world alike. We're going to talk some FIFA World Cup, and we will lead into the matchup between Mexico and South Korea, which ought to be a good one. Are you looking forward to that, Drew?
I am. It's going to be a very, very fun match to watch for sure.
I mean, obviously Mexico. Now, is this game being played in Mexico? They get all their home game, all their group stage games are in Mexico itself. Yes.
Yeah. So all three host countries get all their group stage games in their host country. So today Canada played in Vancouver. Then they'll go back to Toronto in their next match. Mexico is playing at the Estadio Akron, where we saw last week when we did this. South Korea played against Czechia. So they'll be playing in that same stadium. And then obviously for the final game, Mexico will be playing back in Mexico City at the Azteca. And then for the USA, obviously tomorrow night, we're playing tomorrow afternoon. We'll be playing in Seattle at Lumen Field. And then they'll be back next week at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. So all three host countries will be playing all three of their group stage games in their home countries.
Yeah, for those of you, I don't know, who might have just been watching the Canada game, they just beat the living snot out of Qatar 6-0. Of course, Qatar, had some issues there. Of course, getting two players sent off, one in the first half, one in the second half. That tackle in the second half. Okay, hopefully we got Mike here in a moment, and we're trying. It is trying.
It's doing it.
It's doing it. And it's doing it live, in fact. But that second red card, wow, the slide. There he is. Mike. All right, we got you, bud. Can you hear us all right, sir? Maybe.
Okay. Maybe.
I don't know, Drew. Did you see that tackle? It was a brutal tackle.
I did not see it whatsoever, honestly, because I went to go feed my cats right when it happened, so I missed it all. So I would have to go back on the social media and find it and see what happened.
I went back and rewound it on I still had, because it was on the channel on my DVR, on my TV. I was able to turn it on and I backed it up. I'm like, it looked like his daggone leg snapped there. That was brutal. Mike, are we there yet? Did we get it all figured out? Mike, can you hear us? Oh, this is not good.
Oh boy.
This is either there is a very long delay or something. So appreciate everyone being with us here.
Hello.
Wait, hello. There we go. Wait, I just heard something. I heard a mic. We almost need to do a mic check. Mic check 1 2 1 2, or something like that. Mike, did you break the internet? Did the World Cup break the internet in England? Is what I'm starting to wonder.
I think so. And I actually I looked up the tackle just now.
Oh, did you find it? Okay, Mike.
Yeah,
we've
I
lost-
found it, and it's brutal. I
Yeah,
mean, and you can tell it's bad when the guy laying on the ground holding his legs going,
yeah.
he's covering his mouth. He said,
How do you think it compares to? And folks, thank you again for tuning in. I know we're going a little off the rails here. How do you think it compares to when what was it Kevin Ware of Louisville basketball,
oh,
and like
I
the
don't think
bone was sticking out?
I don't think anything would compare to the Kevin Ware one. You like that? That's horrible. That I mean, I've seen the memes of those where they put like the Lion King on his knee, and they did the
That's
like
just
a Pride
terrible.
Rock.
Oh my! I mean, I think we've seen some horrific injuries in football, but the saving grace in the ones we're seeing in football is that they've got their pants and their pads on, so you can't see
Yeah, anything.
just the gruesomeness of it, except for their leg kind of flailing in the wind and going in the wrong or
Well,
ankle in the wrong direction, and that's just disgusting.
yeah, and in soccer, there's no protection like that whatsoever. I mean, your protection's a shin guard that's size like that big. It's the size.
That's like a wafer thin. You might as well stick a cracker in there or something like that and save it for a snack later. A little salty snack.
So people want to talk about soccer being a soft sport. Well, there's no pads really in soccer. So if you get hit, man, it's game over. It's bad.
It is bad. It is. Okay. All right. So the what do we got going on here? So we were going to talk about many things, of course. The Guardians in action this afternoon. They close out the series against Milwaukee, winning 4-2. That was a nice win. I mean, really, you needed something after two bad games in a row, and with all the injury news that has come down. What is that? Just bad luck? It's got to just be bad luck to lose Ramirez, DeLauder, and Angel Martinez all in one afternoon against the Detroit Tigers. And I mean, like, that's how is that even possible?
I mean, it's just unlucky breaks. I mean, Chase DeLauder, what he hurt his ribs running into the wall trying to make a catch. Martinez, I can't remember what happened to him.
He foul a ball off his foot? I think
he fouled a ball off his foot, and then Jose just swung the bat so hard that he did something to his hamate bone, which he's done before. I think this is the second time he's injured that same. So, but I don't know if is it the same one that he's injured, or is it the opposite hand?
Maybe, yeah, I'd have to look it up, and I don't know. Regardless, the good news is we know it's not a bad recovery. He did have surgery on it already, I think by a doctor in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. All right, great. And we just got word Mike will be with us in a second. So thank you all for, with us here. So the Guardians, though, then go to Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a very good team. I mean, they're coming into today, they're 45-26. Now they're 45-27. All right, I think we are good here now. Mike, are you there?
Hi, guys. I apologize for my connection issues. I fixed the camera and then the sound went, so I had to.
Yeah, it's okay.
Good.
Hey, look, we understand technical difficulties are a thing. Thank you for getting back on. This is good stuff. So, Mike, we were just starting in to talk a little guards ball and just the kind of terrible luck. They have a rough stretch of games. They come home. They managed to take 2 games from Detroit. The third game is rained out, but that second game proved costly, losing DeLauder, Martinez, and Ramirez all in one fell swoop. And then you go to Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is a very good team, and they looked it. They absolutely looked it, and the Guardians looked pathetic. They what did they lose on? So this is in the first game of the series. Did they lose 2-1? It was 2-1, right?
Yeah.
2-1. We had
2-1.
That's horrible. I mean, like that was exemplifying everything we had discussed with the crappiness of the Guardians lineup and wondering what are they going to do without these guys in it. We were already concerned about it. And then they go out and they lose 2-1. They got an absolute gem from Slade Ciccone finally. And we get the game tied up. Hunter Gaddis comes in and throws a cantaloupe up there and gives up a home run ball, and we end up losing 2-1. It's like, this is pathetic. It's just pathetic. And then yesterday, other than Schneemann hitting a grand slam, Gavin Williams had a crapper of an outing, which we didn't expect, and we lose that 9-4. So thank goodness for today. I guess it was true guards ball that we scored our 4th run without getting a hit. 3 walks and a wild pitch. That's guards ball if I've ever seen it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's typical guards ball. And then today, obviously, I mean, what helps is you actually hit home runs. You actually put the ball in play and got it over the fence. Like, it's quite nice to see this team hit home runs. And again, big guys some guys have stepped up.
Mike, you all right there?
You talk about that topical gardens ball, right? But 2 of the guys that got on base for Schneemann's grand slam yesterday were off walks, so it wasn't even guys hitting to get on base. But the 2-1 game, those are the kind of games we're going to have to win.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Jose, Angel, and Delara all out. We're going to have to rely on low-scoring wins, I think, to be able to survive this stretch, because they're going to be out from anywhere between 5 to 7 weeks, all 3 of them most likely. I don't know what the Chase Delara update is. I don't think they've given a time frame yet, but the other 2 guys,
I thought they put him on the 10-day injured list.
Yeah, but they've put Angel on the 10-day injured list, but that's probably going to be over a month long of being out.
Right. And according to, I'm just reading, this was a short time ago, Paul Hoynesy of Cleveland.com, the Cleveland Plain Dealer, just talked about the guys being on the injured list. Okay, so it says Ramirez, 5 to 7 weeks. Angel Martinez could be down for 4 to 6 weeks. And then DeLauder, they waited to put him on the injury list, and then as we discussed amongst ourselves, they had to do something so they could have somebody else play in the lineup. And I don't think it gives a specific. It just says bone bruise and a hairline fracture in his rib cage. So I don't know if that's a pain tolerance thing. The last time we talked about someone with a broken rib and pain tolerance, it was Jared Allen a few years ago in the playoffs. And then you had JB Bickerstaff at that point, basically calling him out for not getting a shot and playing through it. So it's kind of crazy. This is a big point and a big moment in the season where it could go to crap in a hurry. The only positive we've got going for us, and I shouldn't say the only, but is that the division is not great. Chicago has been surprisingly good, but overall it's not a phenomenal division. So if you can, as we've discussed, tread water and you can stick in it. I don't see any other way of doing it.
And at least we have reasonable pitching. So as long as we can get our starters to give up 1 or 2 runs within the first 6-7 innings, that gives the offense an opportunity to win. But can we get those regular 4 or 5 run games? That's the key. If this was the Tigers, for example, where they're pitching outside Scooble's not very good, could they survive a long stretch without their 3 of their top 4 hitters basically out of that lineup with that pitch and stuff? We've got that kind of benefit that we kind of can.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I see it. We're going to have to win these 2-1 games, 3-2 kind of games, to just survive this stretch. But like you said, we're lucky the division's weak. Can we get 500 in these next 6 weeks? That's kind of what I'm looking at. If we can get go 20-20 or something like that whilst these guys are out, that'll keep us at least within touching distance of Chicago going into the last 55 odd games of the season or whatever it's going to be.
Right. And I haven't looked at Chicago's schedule, and maybe I should do that here in a moment while we're talking about it. What did you guys think? So this now, a positive, I suppose, of the injuries is that it forces the Guardians to call up some guys from Columbus and try out some different players that maybe otherwise wouldn't get a call up at this juncture. Today we saw Khalil Watson playing. Well, he played in right field. Went 0 for 4 at the plate. Made a great play in the field. So I don't know if this is how that's going to work for us. Could we get lightning in a bottle or something, or is this just going to be a mash unit out there, like we've said, treading water?
Well, I mean, it's just depending on the next couple of weeks of what you get with Khalil Watson, because again, we don't know how long Chase DeLauder is going to be really out for. He's listed as 10 days. There's not really much of an update. It could be a couple of days, could be a week, could be a month. We don't know. So with Khalil Watson, that time span, it's just about, hey, I would tell the kid there's no pressure to like be amazing. Like, we're not sitting here saying like, listen, kid, we need you to go out there and hit like 300 with like 1,000 OPS. Like, we need you to go lights out. Like, no, dude, just play baseball. Just go out there and play. I mean, he made a hell of a catch today. And it's like, dude, just go out there and just do stuff like that. Like, even if you can help out defensively, help out defensively. But I think if Khalil Watson can just figure it out at the plate over the course of the weeks. I mean, today was day one. So he's got to get used to MLB pitching in your day. So give him a couple of days, let him get used to the pitching. He'll be fine. And then it's about during the rest of the time, can you stay consistent, and can you take over and make Petey Halpin go down? And, you're the guy who's the option to put in the outfield in case of something happens or if there's a rest day. But there should be no pressure. These guys, and I think this is what makes this team so special, is that they don't really care in a sense, because if you hear their interviews, these are just dudes who are just enjoying the game of baseball at this point. And I think that's what makes them so successful. Like, everyone's like hating on them. Oh, they don't hit home runs, or they don't do this very well, or they don't do that very well. Oh, we hate them because they hit singles off of swing bunts, and we can't stand that. It's like, well, you know what? If you can't win against it, then that's your problem. So, hate the team for all you want, but if Quan is blooping the ball into the outfield, and you get, some of these other guys who are swinging for the fences and they hit a little dribbler to the pitcher and they're beating out the throw, then be better. Like, that's just all it is. So, I think the Guardians got to do. I think the Guardians will be fine. It's just a matter of just keep doing what you're doing, and things will just fall into place.
Yeah. So, Mike, any further thought on the Watson thing, on Khalil Watson, and just, I don't know, he's the best Watson we have in Cleveland.
Well, as long as Watson can stay above the Manzardo line, which is what I was kind of laughing at.
Yeah.
As long as he can stay over that 200, like, get
the Manzardo line.
It'll take him a couple of games to get there, but once he gets there, if he can consistently stay just above it, I think that's enough. You don't want to expect him to go out there, like Andrew said, and hit like 300, or 350 or whatever. If he can give you consistent 200, I think that's good enough.
At this point, that's got to be it.
But what's going down in Columbus? Because obviously we all know that Stuart Fairchild is a waste of space, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think. Well,
but then you've got guys like Cooper Ingle who are playing outfield in Columbus. They're playing Huff at like third base.
Well, same as Ralphie Velasquez.
Do you know what Cooper Ingle's stats were today? In
3 home runs.
Yes, he went 4 for 4, 4 runs batted in, 3 runs, and it says now you said he had 3 home runs.
I thought it said 3 home runs.
Yes, you're right. You're right. He hit in the first inning, the third inning, and the 6th inning. I mean, and he's hitting 304. No one else in the lineup today for Columbus is hitting phenomenally. Cody Huff is the next closest. Another catcher, by the way.
So I am wondering though, are they playing these guys down in different positions in Columbus with the thought of bringing them up? Like maybe Cooper Ingle replaces.
Well, Huff was playing third base today.
Or are they trying to increase their trade value? Because if they can play multiple positions and show that they can hit, whilst playing a different position with them. Are they going to then try and package them eventually to increase the offense with an actual bat? Are they going to send those guys to, say, Boston for Duran or somewhere?
Yeah.
Because they've shown they can play multiple roles on the team, like they're flexible in their defensive positions. Like maybe that could be the fault that because their trade value goes up if they can play multiple positions, right?
Oh, absolutely it does. It absolutely does. All right, so I brought this up a moment ago, but right now, thankfully, Chicago is playing in New York, and they lost the first 2 games of the series. They got drubbed, 12-2 and 10-5. One more tonight in New York.
It's tied 1-1 right now.
Okay, it is tied.
Didn't they win 2 or 3 against the Dodgers and
Yes,
and sweep
they did.
someone else that's good or something?
Yeah, the Braves, they took 2, and the third game got canceled, got postponed due to rain. Coming up, so we're going to Houston. The White Sox are going to Detroit. Advantage White Sox.
Yeah.
And then we go to Chicago and play.
Right, so then we got to play. So, okay, obviously that's a head-to-head. Then they go to Kansas City, or they host Kansas City, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
We will be home to Seattle. They'll be on, so that is definitely advantage. I'd say advantage Chicago.
They're not going to go away. They're going to stick around until the last week of this.
Oh, I know. I know.
I
I'm just wondering if they're basically these head-to-head matchups are going to be very, very important, and the Guardians have to do no worse than a split.
How many games do you play now? How many games do you play in division? Is it 13 now or 14 or something? Because it got reduced.
Against each team, you mean?
It got reduced.
I think
Yeah.
it's 13 now.
I'd have to look. I don't know for certain, but like you said, this is the first time we've played them all season coming up here. So we've got 2 big series coming up in totaling 7 games. We play 3 in Chicago, 4 in Cleveland. They've got to take 4. I believe they need to take 4 out of 7.
Yeah, we need to go to 7 because if you end up going 1-6 or 2-5,
yeah, you're in trouble.
You're like that's what a 3 or 4 game buffer. Whereas at least even if you go 3-4, that's just 1 game. But anything worse than like 3 or 4 or 4 and 3, like that.
Yeah, it just you don't want to dig yourself a hole. I think that it's crazy because again, Chicago is this surprise team based upon the fact that they've been terrible for so many years in a row, and all of a sudden you're looking around.
But what are they going to do at the deadline? Are they going to make moves? Are they going to think, okay, we're in it this year, we're going to try and actually win this year? Or are they going to just stick with what they've got? Like,
it depends. Do they have anybody in their farm system to trade?
Not that I know of. I don't think so.
I think they have a terrible farm system. However, we've seen Chicago make moves to make runs to the World Series and the playoffs. They've done it. They won it within the past, within the past 20 years.
2005, I believe was.
So, okay, so 21 years.
Yeah.
Close enough. And I feel like they were in another one maybe not long before or after that. It feels like.
I'm trying to think, but I can't remember. I know Kansas City won in 2014 or 15.
Right.
They went back to back Kansas City, right? They lost one and won the other, right?
Correct, because I think
they lost one and won the other.
Did they lose to the Dodgers both times, or did they play the Dodgers both times, or did they lose the Dodgers? It feels like it was at least one of those series was against the Dodgers. And again, I apologize for shooting from the hip here. I'll leave it up to my brilliant people at the Elias Sports Bureau to look this up.
Also, too, I did check Mike to see if it was 13 games against the division. It's 13 games against your division opponents. So you were right.
So what's the split then? Have we got the 7 home games this year, or they've got the 7 home games? Because it's obviously 7 and 13.
I believe we probably have the 7 because we're playing a 4-game homestand against them. That would.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, we play the 4-game homestand, so we have the 7. So that helps us in our favor a little bit.
I don't know if it does because this team actually has a better road. Is playing better on
That's
the road
true.
the large part of the season. Like I don't know why. I don't.
But
do we play better when we score first? Because we have a home run in the first inning, a lot of home, and then we're chasing the game. Like I don't know. Do we play better when we just score first? Like is that why we play better on the road?
It could be. Could very well be.
Absolutely. And to answer my own question, Kansas City played defeated the Mets in the World Series.
Right. That's right. It was the Mets.
Let's see, and they lost to I thought it was the Dodgers.
Giants.
I'm sorry, they lost to the Giants.
I figured one of them was the Giants because I knew the Giants because that was, I think it was like what 2010 to like 2015 ish was like the time where the Giants were on like some kind of like insane run where they went to like 3 or 4 World Series or something.
It was a crazy run. Was it Madison Bumgarner?
Well, that was like Madison Bumgarner, Tim Lincecum. The who's the reliever that had like the big beard, like James Harden? I forget his name.
I don't know. Was it a beekeeper?
Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson.
The guy from the Beach Boys?
Yeah.
A different Brian Wilson.
A different Brian Wilson. This dude had like a James Harden-esque beard.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that the Guardians, I think we all would agree. They need to, and everyone is saying this, so this is not a new insight or thought. It's not earth-shattering. You need to somehow figure out how to just stay afloat, get to the All-Star break, because how many weeks do we have till the All-Star break? I'd have to start looking on my calendar here, but let's see. So this is week 1 of these guys being injured, right?
Yep.
So 1, and then we've got 1, 2, maybe 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks or so, maybe 5. It looks like
we've got 22 games until the All-Star break. I just counted.
Yeah, like 4 weeks till approximately, I believe, till the All-Star break.
If you go 11-11 till the All-Star break, I think that's.
So basically, those guys would be back literally just after the All-Star break.
Yeah, shortly after the All-Star break and right around or before, hopefully, the trade deadline.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know. I got to look that up because it seems like that.
All-Star game this year.
Did you say where?
Yeah. It's Philly.
Oh, well, that sucks. Someone's going to get they'll beat up Santa Claus there. I mean, I'm assuming it has something to do with it being, was it the 250th like anniversary of America, 1776 to 2026? Oh, yeah.
250 years since we kicked the British out of our country.
Did I hear correctly that they are changing some of the rules for the home run derby? That it's not going to have a clock. Yeah, they're going to get rid of the clock, I think.
What is it? What are they going to do? They're going to do a certain amount of pitches.
I believe so. I came across this. I'm posing the question.
Was it going to be like 50 pitches and see how many you can hit, kind of thing?
Well,
no,
I think
it's
they
like
got
20.
Yeah, I think I saw this too. It's like 20 pitches. And I think the reason why they're doing it is because the last few years, people complained there wasn't enough home runs and that a lot of the players were getting tired because they had to swing like every like half a second. They're just they're getting gas. So
but
they're
why don't they just double the time instead then?
Well, I was like, then just go back to the regular 10 outs and just have the guy just
all that.
Yeah, just go back to what originally worked. I don't know why you changed it in the first place.
Why don't you just have outs, like 5 outs, 7 outs? Because don't they do that in the bonus round anyway? Like you have
it's like 3 outs or 4 outs or something.
Okay, according to the AI overview, which I'm sure pulled this from MLB.com, the new rule format receives 20 swings in the first round, 15 swings in both the semifinal and final rounds. There's a quote unquote a hot streak clause. If a batter hits a home run on his absolute final swing of any round, his round continues until he fails to hit a home run. I think that's an old rule that's come back around there.
Yeah, that was
all 8 participants compete in the first round. Top 4 hitters advance, and then they're seeded, and you play 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, and then a tie in the first round is broken by who hit the longest home run. In later rounds, ties are resolved via a 3-swing swing-off. So I think that seems a little bit better to me. I wasn't a fan of the clock. The clock kind of bugged me. You're rushing. You're rushing.
Yeah, they're rushing.
And I don't think there's any. What's the rush?
Well, and that's the thing, because like they went from hitting on average, I think it was like 24 home runs would be when they had the 10 outs or whatever, to they were averaging like barely like 12. Like they almost like cut it in half, because it's like, well, yeah, you're swinging every second. It's like, yeah, you're tiring yourself out. You get 2 timeouts. to take.
Something like that. Let me ask you this question though. Does any of it have to do with the hitters, the players that are participating?
I don't think so because it can depend on who you have, and because I know in recent time we've had some weird people enter, like Jazz Chisholm, like that's a weird guy to have in a home run derby.
Yeah.
But like home run derby should be reserved for guys like, Cal Raleigh, Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, guys who are averaging like 50 home runs a season, or, Jose's who are getting 30 to 40.
I don't mind. Obviously, we love Jose being in it. I don't mind that.
Well, he's not going to be able to do it this year because
Well,
of his
obviously
hammy
not.
injury.
But my thing is essentially the home run derby in recent years has become kind of like the NBA dunk contest, where it's a little bit watered down.
You know what you do? You get guys like Stephen Kwan to participate, and you get those kinds of hitters like your Kwans and your weak.
That's a great idea.
Why don't you just have like the top 7 or 8 home run leaders in the league just go and do a home run derby at All-Star break? Like, so it's
now that's a possible.
So it's decent hitters actually taking part. Like,
yeah, I don't see a reason not. That seems like a very good idea.
Rather than having Chase Chisholm, who got the lowest ever score in a home run derby.
Oh my God!
Reached the wall. That was because he was Russian as well, probably.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
It's all kind of crazy. I don't know. I know I watched because of Jose in the past couple of years or whatever, but I've lost. It's lost a lot of the luster. That it once had, and that's kind of like the NBA dunk contest. Now that's lost a lot of the luster it once had. All right, I think we beat this topic to beat it like a dead horse here. Want to, of course, just take a moment here, let everyone know to be sure for all your sporting good needs, all your team apparel needs, et cetera, parties. They got a big field out back. You can rent it out, all kinds of great stuff. Virtual reality with the golf, a pro shop. Head on out to Dick's House of Sport in Strongsville. Dick's House of Sport, a proud partner, sponsor of all the programs on the Land Multimedia Group. And a special shout out to the Bearded Browns podcast. They won Cleveland Scenes Sports Podcast of the Year award for the second consecutive year.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
A major congratulations to Angel and Sam and Mike Wilkes, all the guys who participate. And what is it? Chad. I forget. My brain is having a bit of a cramp here. All the guys who do the Bearded Browns, want to congratulate them as part of the Land Multimedia Group, the family of podcasts, as we are building things up here. And I do want to, take a moment. I know this is a little bit off of the topic, not exactly the next one. Mike has a big announcement here, so let's hear it. So, Mike, what's the big news here, sir?
So I'm going to be just posting Spurs updates for Spurs Daily on social media, which is going to be fun.
So, how did you come about that opportunity? And I mean, what does this all entail? Is this just the usual stuff that you write and now it's posted via their site, or is there more to it?
So it's just posting regular Spurs updates, basically. But I'm going to start writing for them as well. So because they do have a website which they're trying to grow, so I'm going to start posting like stuff throughout the season on there, probably. So yeah, keep an eye out.
Are they recognized by the club as a official?
Now they're just one of these like news accounts that are quite trying to grow, basically.
Okay, I just didn't know if they were going to get you into the locker room so you could yell at Sorsby.
If only. But as we know, are we speaking about Spurs for a bit now? Or?
I mean, we could come back. We can come back to Spurs, but I wanted to, because we're going to have a lot of time to chat while we're watching the soccer match here.
Because we all know now that Daniel Levy was probably the issue at Spurs.
It sure does seem like it, doesn't it?
Because you both saw the text that he sent to the old Crystal Palace chairman, Simon Jordan, about how Spurs have had their pants pulled down over the Van Heck deal.
Yeah.
And it just sums it all up for me. That Daniel Levy wouldn't have made any kind of deal like that. And
No.
in fact, I believe that the 3 transfers we've signed would have failed as well because he would have tried to save money on the agent fees, all the wages.
It sounds like he should be working for the Guardians.
He should be working with Doland in the Guardians, yeah, for sure. But it does feel like the dog is attacking me right now.
That's all right. Hey,
but it does feel
like
Spurs are moving in a different kind of direction to what we were under Levy because it looks like we've been linked to players for over 80 million. It's like that never happens with Daniel Levy in charge.
Yeah.
Well, it's the fact that we're actually going for them too. Like we're actually putting in bids for them, which is even more crazier because usually we'll be like, oh, we're rumored with this guy who's worth like 75 mil, and then we never even. It's like, oh yeah, we'd even put in a bid or we'd even try. And Daniel Levy's out here saying, oh, we tried, we just couldn't get it done. And it's like, no, you didn't try. You just said we're gonna go for it, but we're not really gonna go for it.
Right, and the number of players that they lost because he was piddling around. And,
well, yeah, the biggest one I remember is the Luis Diaz one a few years ago, where we were going to have the Diaz deal wrapped up, and then Liverpool came in and swooped it because Levy was taking about 10 years to make the deal happen.
You got to get off the pot.
And it's like, Liverpool's going to get him. I swear to God, Liverpool's going to get him. Then next thing you know, like 2 hours later, Liverpool swooped him up. It's like, I told you, this is what happens when you mess around too much. They're going to come.
We had the same thing with Sadio Mane before he went
yes.
before as well. And then Desiree Doué, who signed for PSG, we had him at Spurs training ground, and a few months before he signed in Paris, and Daniel Levy missed around then as well.
That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. All right. Appreciate that update. We will get more to that here because we're going to talk World Cup. We'll have plenty of time to talk during the matchup. Folks, stick with us. We are going to watch along. Again, can't show the video, of course, due to copyright and so on and so forth, of the South Korea and Mexico matchup in the World Cup. We'll be talking through it just like we did last week with South Korea and Czechia. So we'll get to that in a moment. This is a quick topic. This is going to take about 5 seconds. Hey, did you hear that there's this guy who gambled on college football and tried to skirt the rules, and finally they said he couldn't play, so now he's going to skip out of town and go to the supplemental draft? He's this quarterback guy that no one ever heard of before last week named Brendan Sorsby. And somehow, because the Browns are sorry at finding quarterbacks, and every possible quarterback is always going to be mentioned with the Browns, they're talking about the Browns. They should put in a bid for him in the supplemental draft. I'll let you guys give your opinion. I'll just go first. No. Okay. Mike?
He's friends with Emmanuel Class A. Move on.
Yeah. We don't need any more rooster fighters. Rooster fighting bids here. Drew?
Let me think about it really quickly. Nah, no. I think I'm good.
No.
But the thing is, apparently 26 teams have reached out to his team or whatever, showing interest, and the Browns are obviously one of them. But I'm like,
well, are they interested or are they doing their due diligence?
Due diligence, most likely.
Yeah. So that's the other thing.
But I've not been keeping much onto it, but I saw the Tony Gross's tweet saying that he thinks the Browns are going to put in the bid. So
well, then
he thinks that sorry, Mike. He thinks that. Is that his opinion, or is it based on fact? And people get their knickers in a twist because they sit here and say, oh, they said this. They said this. Who's wrong? They said this. There's this one particular, account on social media that they love to pull and pinch little quotes from people and make it into a big deal for the purpose of getting clicks. And I don't even want to say what stupid account it is because it sucks. Okay? They're like, who's wrong? Terry Pluto or Tony Grossi? Get the hell out of here with that stuff. One person, Terry Pluto, said, from what I'm hearing, they're not interested. Tony Grossi said, I believe they will make a bid. Those are two different things.
Yep.
So people need to pay attention to exactly what's written.
Okay, so if the Browns were to put in a bid, say they advocate, whatever you call it, right, that they were going to do it, right? What's the highest you'd go if they were going to do it? If
seventh round.
What's that? Fifth.
Seventh. I want nothing to do with this guy.
I would say 7th. If you're being realistic, like, what do you
Yeah.
think the highest they should go? Like 4th?
Fourth.
4 or 5. But it's funny too, because like you mentioned Tony Grossi saying that the Browns, or in his mind, the Browns should bid on him or whatever, or that the Browns are going to bid. I literally, because I saw this earlier too, I saw the Tony Grossi quote that they will or should. And then I seen another, I think it was Terry Pluto, who said that the Browns are reluctant to put in a bid because of the gambling. So it's like, who would you rather believe? Terry Pluto of Cleveland.com or Tony Grossi?
Well, but again, that's an opinion versus something based in fact.
Yeah.
And that's the point. Grossi isn't saying, I've been told they're doing it. He's just saying, I think they should. He's editorializing. This is the problem, guys. Yeah. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to explain this to the people, not you people, the people,
the other people,
other people who don't understand fact versus opinions, editorializing and giving your opinion versus this is the fact. These are what I have found out. This is the reporting on it. It's two different things. And the person stating their opinion is not stating a lie unless they say, I am in fact sure that they're putting this bid in. I was told this, whatever it is, fact versus opinion.
Well, I think people believe Grossi because he's been in the game for such a long time, and that they're like, well, I think the Browns should, so they're taking it as okay, the Browns are going to do it. Meanwhile, you have guys like Terry Pluto who are reporting that the Browns are very hesitant on doing so. And it's like, well, those are the guys you should listen to because they're the ones who are getting the information.
Right.
Saying,
and I think that Mary Kay I think Mary Kay even said that from what she's hearing, they're not interested. So again, opinions versus the reporting on it. And it's not through the fault of Grossi. I mean, if he wanted to go and if he went and talked to people, he might have a different source, but that's not what that statement was. And that's where people need to like take a closer look at how something is written or stated. It makes a difference.
I hope a team like the Jets go for him and they get him. And
that'd be beautiful.
And they burn like a very valuable pick on him, and he ends up being bad. Like,
well, they're gonna. That would be beautiful. I mean, there are only a few teams that could go after him as their future answer at quarterback. I don't believe it will be a first rounder. Notwithstanding the baggage, what do we really know about this guy? I'd never heard of this guy.
He played in Cincinnati last year and threw like
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I never
tight ends that we drafted. That's why people think the Browns might get him because he's got chemistry with a tight end.
Oh, get the heck out of here!
Day 3 or whatever.
No, he can suck it. Okay, I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I've never heard of this guy until he got into trouble.
But the problem is, you've then got 5 quarterbacks for him. Like,
we can't even do it. We don't have enough. As somebody joked around, we don't have enough numbers.
Years of adding 2 new guys to the room.
Well, and that's the thing is like, why would you even draft Taylor Green if Sorsby was going to even be an option? Like that makes no sense.
Who knows if they even knew that at the time? They didn't know that necessarily even know that at the time. He was planning on being at Texas Tech. They wouldn't have known that. But again, we don't need any more mess, right?
No,
there's no need to bring in any more kind of chaos to this room. He's probably going. It's going to be very interesting whether or not he gets suspended.
Well, the only good thing that could happen out of it is that he teaches Watson how to use Bet365 or something, so Watson can get off the team.
He gets
But surely, though, the NFL wouldn't let him enter the supplemental draft if they're going to suspend him.
Oh, yes, they would. Terrell Pryor.
But why would you do that? That's just screwing over a team
Well, that's the risk you take. That's the risk you take. And
Josh Gordon.
And the NFL can do whatever they want to do. As Mike Florio said this morning on ESPN Cleveland, they can do whatever they want to do. Some guys get suspended, some guys don't, because they said that Terrell Pryor was skirting the rules of college football because he was facing a 5-game suspension.
Yep.
Because he sold his gold pants from beating Michigan for tattoos in exchange for tattoos. And because he was facing a suspension, they said you're skirting the rules. Now, here's an interesting thing. While it wasn't like a ruling by the NCAA saying he was suspended all year, Texas Tech said, regardless of whatever the court is or whatever they say, we're not playing you. They were in the face of a lawsuit, and he's like, okay, I think I need to go to the supplemental draft. So if the NFL interpreted that to mean this kid, you were escaping because you weren't going to be able to play this year. One way or another, you deserve a suspension. What he did is egregious. You cannot bet on your own sport, your own team. I don't give a flying rat's patoozie.
And it's the how much he spent too, because he spent, I think it was what, like $50K plus or something. He spent a ton.
It was like 9,000 bet.
Oh yeah, $9,000 bets, but like he spent like all those dollars combined. It was like upwards of like an insane range that he spent. It's like, dude, why are you spending this much money betting? First of all, it's Indiana football.
Right.
What are you betting on? You betting on yourselves to lose every game?
Right. He placed not at least 9,000 bets totaling over $90,000.
Yeah, $90,000. That's what it was.
I don't know. Well,
I've just seen
it is what it is.
that you've shared.
Oh, the thing that I shared. I sent in our group chat on WhatsApp. I sent a video and it said Browns 1st and 10. Sorsby drops back in his class A, spiking the ball into the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. And this has been posed as a really good question. How will you even know? How can you trust this guy, knowing what his past is? I don't want that. I don't need that on my team, and ever have those questions swirling about what the integrity of the team, the game, and his performance.
Well, and I think that's why the Browns are, according to Pluto or Mayor K, stuff like
Hesitant.
that. I think that's why the Browns were hesitant, because it's like, well, how do you know he's not going to do it in the league? Because it's like, if he's betting again against a terrible school like Indiana, because I don't know what the heck you're going to bet on against Indiana or with Indiana. You're going to lose. Yeah, you're going to lose every game. So, you're not going to make. It's funny because you're not going to make money off of them, but you're gonna. How do you know you're not going to bet on Browns games or this game or that game?
Right, exactly. We don't know, and I know that they monitor these things very closely.
Well, and did they suspend his account?
But if all the teams in the NFL, right, should decide, like, we're not going to pick him up in the supplemental draft, yeah, and then let him go and play in the UFL, or whatever it's called, yeah, like, and then next year when he comes around to the draft, no one picks him up, make him become an undrafted free agent, and then some team might just take a hit on him because there's no risk to him, like, rather than giving up draft capital for a guy that's got,
or he can go to the CFL,
issues, like.
Good point. Good call, Drew. I don't know. I'm not going to, you know what? I've spent enough time talking about this moron. Okay. Moving on. Next up, next group of morons to be angry about the Cavs. Hey, what are we going to do? Nothing. Okay, great. We're celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the Cavs 2016 title. LeBron and crew, LeBron, Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith. Did I miss anybody out there in that group? I know there's at least 5.
I missed Kyrie, but he's not there.
Oh, no. Tristan, double T-Tops.
Yeah, T-Tops.
Are all out, hanging out, and having a blast. Isn't it funny, though, that LeBron's beard, like, he apparently must have just decided to stop dyeing it?
Yeah, because it's completely gray.
I'm like, dude, you just got to let it go, bro. I think he finally stopped doing the thing with the hair, you know, and trying to
yeah, if you notice, he shaved his head bald. Now I think he just gave up on trying to fix everything.
I think there's a thing with aging gracefully, bud. At a certain point, you're like, you know what? Instead of trying to cover it up and do all this nonsense,
just let it go.
Like, what was it? Was it not Joe Buck that almost lost his career, the sports broadcaster, because I think he was getting some weird surgeries? And I'm gonna have to look this up. Wasn't it he getting like stuff for like hair transplants? And
I think so. It was something crazy weird. But, you know, it's funny because I saw some of those TikToks, and I think they're spending a week somewhere golfing. And
yeah, in like Scotland and England.
Yeah, Scotland and England. And it's funny because I think it was Channing Frye. He was like exhausted because they golfed for like 3 days. It was like the first time they golfed 3 days in a row. And he's like, oh my God, I'm tired. And like, he can't handle it. He's like a rookie. He can't handle it. And he's like, you don't have to play, you know? And he goes, yeah, I do. The Wire says I have to play.
Well, okay. So in answer to my own question, in 2011, according to the internets here, which is always right, during his 8th hair plug surgery, a complication from the general anesthesia paralyzed Joe Buck's left vocal cord and temporarily robbed him of his voice. So because of vanity, he almost lost his career.
Sometimes you just gotta let it go, man. Just
let it go. Let it go. Yeah, I honestly, we just watched today. Sadly, they celebrated in New York, in the streets of New York. Yay, the Knicks.
I totally forgot about that. That completely went from my memory. I totally forgot that they won the NBA championship.
Well, we can forget about it now. It's okay. Moving on. We're gonna start hitting silly season discussions of where players may be traded.
Has Jaylen Brown been traded from the Celtics yet?
Not yet.
It certainly looks like though he could be part of some bigger deal. Obviously they're talking about the limited spots where Giannis might end up. It sounds to me, guys, and I think everyone else has already come to this conclusion. It feels as though the Cavs are not going to be making any kind of a big splash. It doesn't feel like the Giannis move is going to happen. It doesn't feel like LeBron's going to possibly come here. I am highly discouraged. I don't care what anyone says. And I don't think this is a bad take, but what we saw from that team when they were at their best, not this season, but the season before, they were a great regular season team. Mm-hmm. As soon as they got to the playoffs and things started getting physical, you had injuries. Okay, injuries happen. But it doesn't change who guys are and how they play. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, the style they play, they're not. We need something different. We need everyone says it, need a true wing player. You need it's just, I'm not looking forward to what's going to happen. I have no idea. Maybe the Cavs will draft somebody exciting. I have nothing. I got nothing on these guys.
I think I've said this for weeks. Giannis is going to end up in Miami or Boston. That's where he's going to end up. He's going to come because he ain't going to go out west like we said before because it's too competitive out there. And it seems like those are the only two teams he's been linked to.
If he ends up going, first of all, if the Bucks better find another team to trade with other than Miami because Miami has nothing to offer.
It's going to be wherever Giannis goes, it's going to be a 3-team trade. It's not going to be two teams dealing with each other. So it's going to be a 3-way thing. They'll probably get a team like the Pelicans involved or someone.
Maybe they'll get Zion in return
somehow. But yeah, I do think that's where he's going to end up. If I'm guessing, it's going to be Boston, and if it's not Boston, then Miami. And I think Jaylen Brown's going to get moved in part of the 3-way trade somehow. I'm going to be frustrated. George is going to get upset here, which is annoying because the Cavs window is going to shrink if that happens, especially if we don't make any moves. Because then if Boston replace Brown with Giannis, and then you've got Tatum and Giannis, and they add a couple more pieces, then they're going to be more dangerous than what?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'll be rooting for everybody but the Knicks. Outside of the Cavs, I'll be rooting for everybody but the Knicks. That's pretty much the way it's going to go next year.
Hopefully the Knicks don't win a title again, though, because what is it, 8 years in a row now where he's got different champions or something?
Yeah, correct. You are correct, sir. So, I don't know. Trae Young, who has the worst facial hair in the NBA, allegedly, or
I saw this. Would you take Trae Young? Would you take Trae Young on a cheap deal if he becomes available?
Oh, he's not going to. He wants a max contract. He's opting out of his player option and wants this bigger deal. I don't want him. He's terrible. He's not a good defender. He's a great shooter, but and he was distributing the ball really well in Atlanta. But where would you even fit him in? He's not on a trade.
But the thing is, where's he going to get a big deal from? Unless he goes to a losing team, he ain't going to get it because he's
probably just stay in Washington. He just wants more money. That's my guess. He'll probably just stay in Washington, wants more money. He's going to play with whoever the number 1 overall pick is. Speaking of that, did you see that? What is it? Peterson? Is it Darren Peterson? Darren or Daryl? I should get these things right here. Peterson from Kansas.
Yeah.
Darren Peterson. He only worked out for the Wiz.
So he's confident he's going to be the number 1.
Yeah.
Pick in a draft.
Well, I think AJ Debanza out of BYU, worked out for the Wizards and the Jazz. I'm pretty certain that
they know who they're the top 2 picks.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Hopefully
it makes sense.
It does. So I don't know. They can let me know when it's time for the draft. And when we figure out what we're gonna do, I've had just about enough of the Cavs. I'm glad the season ended. It's wonderful. Yay, great. Let's chill. We've got soccer to talk about. So let's
anyway, quickly for the Cavs.
Yeah.
We all know the talk: Dean Wade or Keon Ellis. If you had to keep one of the two, who would you?
Keon.
Make that a 3P.
Yeah, this is.
But Windy suggest that the Cavs would like to keep both, but they would prioritize Dean Wade. But they are looking to move Dennis Schroeder.
And that maybe that's the fallout. But so who's going to replace Schroeder? Who's our backup point guard?
The problem is, right? If you get rid of Dennis Schroeder and then you let Keon Ellis walk,
you got nothing out of that.
You traded away Hunter for nothing, basically, because you've got 4 months out of them two guys, and one of them didn't basically play in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know. That what they did is mind-boggling. I know they had very limited options. They need to get their butts out of this second apron. And hopefully, like we've talked, whenever this new deal with James Harden goes through, that'll get them out of the second apron. Then they need to make some other moves. They have got to get themselves out of this mess. We need to see advancements in Tyrese Proctor.
They're too top heavy though, because even if they get under the second apron, because Windy also said, like, if Mitchell doesn't sign an extension this year, it's because he wants to utilize the flexibility to get more money next year, because he'll have 10 years of service or whatever, so he can be entitled to like a max, like a super max.
Yeah, he gets an extra like 5%.
You're then going to be top heavy because you're going to have Mitchell, Harden, Mobley, and Allen, who are all getting paid what? I'm guessing probably about 170 odd million between the four of them.
Yeah, I'd have to. I'll have to look it up and see if
you're massively top heavy, and it gives you very little flexibility financially for the rest of the roster. Like you're relying on young guys basically at that point and cheap minimum contracts.
Right. Allen is at 20 million, and I don't know about next year. I mean, I'm just looking at ESPN.com. 20 million for Allen. It was 40 million for Harden. 46 apiece, same contract, same amount for Mobley and Mitchell. So that's 92 million, 112 million between Mitchell, Mobley, and Allen. And then you're probably looking at what? 30 million from Harden. So $140 million between
plus Mitchell is going to go up by 20 once he gets his supermax.
Right.
So you're talking 160 odd million between four guys.
But here's two big ones. And this is going to be tough. Schroeder's making his salary's 14. Max Strus is 15.
What's the NFL salary cap? Because you're going to be having.
You mean NBA?
Sorry, the NBA. Because you're going to have 4 guys on roughly 160 million between the 4 of them once.
I'm not sure if it will get adjusted. I'll have to. I'm looking that up while we're talking.
Because you're going to be relying on young guys and players on minimum contracts for like 3 million.
Okay, so here it is.
But you get more flexibility. But you get extra flexibility if you keep your own guys.
Right. Okay. From what I can see, it looks like, I don't know why Spotrac did it this way. I thought I was seeing the right thing. Okay. One set of information I'm seeing is salary cap 165 mil. Salary floor 149 million. Oh, salary cap and salary floor. What's that? Oh, MLB. Hello, MLB. Paging the MLB.
So if my maths is right, the key 4 guys are basically going to be at the salary cap between the 4.
Oh yeah.
Once Mitchell signs an extension and Harden extends, those 4 guys are basically going to be like 5 million below the salary cap.
Yeah. First apron 209 million. Second apron 222. I mean, we're just. We barely got any room here.
But if my memory is correct, you can only go above the salary cap into the aprons on your own player contracts.
So I believe that is correct.
So if you've binned off most of your roster to save money to bring in free agents, you can't do it because you don't have those rights to go within the apron, right? I'm not going to affirm nor deny because I don't know for certain, and I don't want to. Because once you go into the aprons, that's where all the luxury tax comes into play, right?
Yes.
But you can only enter that, but I believe based on players that are like they're your players. So if you traded Dean, let Dean Wade walk, let Max Drews walk in a year, you traded 2 other guys for, say, draft picks, you wouldn't have the cap space to spend, basically.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I don't know.
so it's
I
complicated. This is why the Cavs might just have to stay put. They might just have to keep their core.
Great. Great. We're going to stink. Lovely. This is beautiful. We're going to be the same unless somebody is going to inject some anger in these guys. Tell me how this is going to be different.
But I don't know how the trade part comes into the luxury tax. If you trade Max Drews for a 20 million player, does that then technically count as part of going into the second apron?
Yeah, I need to study up on these things. Guys, just a programming note. The Mexico-South Korea game is underway. We're going to talk, we'll kind of be watching along with everybody on that. It is just underway. Mexico and Korea, they both won their first matches, right? I've got the
Yes.
Okay, so obviously this is a big match in the group stage. Certainly giving one a leg up in the opportunity to take first place in their group, as both of these teams won their first matches. So we will switch over to that here and kind of talk about that in just a moment. And we'll talk more about the World Cup. And I think so. Let's do this, guys. Why don't we tell everyone what has us going nuclear this week? Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what has you going nuclear?
What has me going nuclear? So, it's a question for you guys, really. What's your guys' thoughts on the hydration rates at the World Cup?
I think they're dumb. I think it's just a ploy. I think for the outdoor games, it makes sense when it's at a certain temperature. But when you're playing in like Atlanta or like Dallas in a controlled air environment, I think it's pointless. I think it's just for the commercials.
Because my point, forget the commercial aspect for a minute, right? My point of view is that if you're going to have it, you have to have it for everyone. So it's a level playing field for the tournament.
Right.
But this is what I'd do. I would reduce it to a minute or 90 seconds instead of 3.
Yeah.
And I would also there's no ball boys at this tournament, right?
There is, I believe. I think certain stadiums have a ball boy.
But I would
or they're required to.
I would have water bottle boys, which when it comes to the hydration break, they bring the bottles onto the pitch. So the managers can't have a team talk.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing that's going to be nuclear is the amount of people, commentators in the UK are talking about it every single game. They're saying it's ruining the flow of games. They're saying there's goals going to be scored by the other team that's not got the momentum off the hydration break. And it's driving me insane. And we're only day 8 into the World Cup. And it's like, yes, the hydration break is probably a bad thing, but we're only day 8 and people still moan about it. It's like, my point of view is it's a level playing field. Like if you as much as people hate it, if you're going to have it for one game, you've got to have it for all, because otherwise you might have a situation where in the knockout rounds, for example.
Yep. Absolutely.
How's it fair if you've got 2 quarterfinals having a hydration break where managers can intervene and then the other 2 don't? Like that's not a level playing field. So that's kind of my thought, but I would reduce it. But the thing that's going to be nuclear for me on that aspect is just the amount of people just continuously moaning about it. It's like it's there equally for everyone. If the managers want to make tactical adjustments within a game, both managers have the opportunity.
Exactly.
And the momentum thing, get on with it. Both teams have the opportunity. One team might have the momentum and lose it, and in the second half, after the hydration break, it might roles reverse. So just deal with it.
Yep. Stop. Quit your crying. Quit complaining about it. It's not going to change.
We're at day 8 and people just can still moan about it. It's the commentators on the TV in the UK just doing my head in about it.
Well, I think it's just like the fact that a lot of, more specifically, the Europeans are the ones complaining about it because they've been complaining ever since before the tournament started. Like, oh, the pitches look horrible. There's hydration breaks for every match. It's like, who cares? Just watch the games. Just enjoy it. It's the World Cup. Like, can we just can we stop complaining about every little freaking thing? Like, okay, they don't do it like the way England does it. Who cares? It's not in England, is it? It's in the US. So, like, it's going to be different.
It is. Every venue is going to be different. Every host is going to be.
I will die on the hill by saying that if you have it, you have to have it for every game because otherwise it's not
Exactly. Yeah, it makes so much sense.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Drew, what has you going nuclear?
Sticking to the World Cup, obviously I shared the video with you guys earlier before we begun of the man in Michigan on 100 point, I believe it's 100.5, the MIT, a sports radio station up in the place we hate the most. And it makes sense because it is a Michigan guy.
Oh, is that who that was? Is that I didn't know who that was by.
I forget the name and I don't need to call him out. But
okay, well, sure you do. I mean, we can call him out. I mean,
I could always go back.
What's Powderhead's name? What 95.5?
I have it saved. I have it saved. I believe in my DMs. Yeah, the Ben Boscher show. So Ben Bosscher, Ben Boscher.
Okay.
You could tell this guy has never watched a single game of footy in his entire life. The way that he speaks about it, he speaks of, I hate ties because it just doesn't make sense. And it's like, well, dog, if you've watched MLS, if you've watched the Premier League, if you watch La Liga or any of these other leagues, they all have ties. All of them. And the ties have a certain meaning to it. Like, if you tie, you get a point. Wow. If you just Google searched it for 30 seconds before you went on air, you would have saved about 7 or so minutes of looking stupid.
That would be too easy.
It makes no sense to me why some of these people just can't look things up. It's not the hardest thing in the world. Why is there ties in the World Cup? Because it's the group stage, and the ties have a certain meaning. Like a tie can make a break if you win the group or come in second, or hell, even come in third, because now third place teams move on. The top 8 third place teams move on to the round of 32. So those ties have a certain level of meaning to them. I mean, the tie earlier today with South Africa, that keeps them in this tournament and that keeps them alive. So people tend to forget, like, these ties, or who are new to this, ties have a certain meaning. And yeah, if you don't want to watch the ties, then wait till the round of 32 where there is no ties and they go into extra time and issues. And he even said that too in the video. He goes, instead of just tying, why don't you go into an extra time or a shootout? Duh, that's what the next round is for, you moron. Like, if you've watched the game at all, that's what it's so frustrating that people don't research things before they talk about it, and then they act like they know so much about it. Like, he was so confident in what he was saying. It's like, dude, I hope people in the comments were just grilling him. They were tearing him a new one. They're like, dude, they should fire you just for this, because if you're on a sports show and you don't know what is going on in said sport you're talking about, you should not be talking about this at all. It's like us talking cricket. The only one who's probably qualified is Mike, because Mike watches cricket. So me and Ethan, we have no business talking about it. We don't know what the hell is going on.
Exactly.
But does that guy think, right, that Cape Verde, Spain would have gone to? Thing is, right, if Cape Verde played Spain, right, and there was no point, yeah, Cape Verde would have had to play to win that game, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they would have been capable of actually going toe to toe with Spain, trying to win the game? Like,
no,
they
Spain
knew
were
if
hammering.
they went extra time, they had to win the game. Like,
well, in Spain were hammering them all game long too. So eventually, if they had a little bit more time, they were going to eventually score.
But that's a good result for Cape Verde. First ever World Cup.
Yeah.
If they get one more win against another team, they're basically through to the next round.
Hey, that's crazy because Drew, just to continue on your point again, folks, we were gonna switch over. We'll kind of swivel and pivot to the Mexico
teams in soccer World Cup Euro tournaments. I think it's Switzerland in like one of the Euros. They got to like the quarterfinals or semi-finals without winning a game, because they drew 3 times in the group stage. They won at least one knockout game on penalties.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think they lost technically without winning or losing, because they got knocked out eventually by penalties. So that wouldn't happen if it was only wins in these tournaments. That
right.
kind of thing wouldn't have taken place.
I think that the gentleman, Mr. Boscher, Ben Boscher, says something about, MLB, they're trying to speed up the game by doing the ghost runner and this, that, and the other. Well, you know what happens in the playoffs? They get rid of that.
Yeah, they get rid of the ghost runner. In the
they
playoffs.
Get rid of the ghost runner. It's so you have to understand. It's kind of like that. You're trying to there's a point to what you're doing. No pun intended with a
Well,
tie.
and you know what's even more funnier is that he talked about the NFL like moving the ball down a little bit further. The game still ends in a tie if they still don't score.
Yeah, there is still a tie in the regular season.
I've seen a couple of NFL games where it goes to end in overtime and it's a tie. It's like,
yeah, it's still tied. So it's like, dude, I don't think you're qualified to be doing what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that is appropriate, and I understand what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. So I'm going to go outside the realm of sports here because my daily life is generally annoying, and has me going nuclear on the regular. What has me going nuclear this week is, and I know that this is my first go around and experience. I'm the elder statesman of us three, but my son
closer to 50 than 40, we know.
All right, mate. Hush. But my son is going to be 16 in less than 2 weeks here. And so with that, there is going to be impending driving privileges and the need for insurance.
I was having a conversation about driving insurance the other day.
So what I am finding out is that, or at least I thought, the amount to add a youthful driver, especially a male, is quite exorbitant. But what I'm also finding out is that figure can vary very greatly between different insurance companies. So I'm being told, oh, this is the norm. It normally costs $400 a month to add a 16-year-old male to the car insurance. And lo and behold, I'm finding other insurance, which is not a no-name insurance brand, like $100 a month. Like 4 times as much? Are you full of it? Are you kidding me? The coverage is the same. You've got to be kidding. This is BS. This is complete BS. First of all, that's way too much stinking money.
Driving insurance is a scam anyway, because like I said, I had a conversation with this to my mother the other day because I saw a TikTok video about it. Like, and literally, like do you know if you claim on your insurance, it puts the premium up or whatever?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Most of the time, right? If you're better off, but most of the time, you're better off just investing that money yourself to fix the repair, because the amount of money it's going to go up for the next 5 years is greater.
Right. The problem is
it's compulsory to have driving insurance.
Yep. And if you cause damage to somebody else's vehicle and major damage, you couldn't afford that. You can make a decision whether to fix your vehicle or not. You could
pay that. You could pay that other person the money. Sometimes it might be cheaper than making your premium go up.
If someone loses, let's say you destroy someone's car who has a $50,000 car.
Yeah.
You don't have to, and if you don't have insurance, you're also paying their medical bill or whatever it is.
Depends. Like sometimes it's a scam. Like if it's minimal damage, it's ridiculous.
Minimal, but you would, and you could decide whether whether it gets turned into the insurance or not. Like you could say, hey, guy, or ma'am, sir, let's not turn this into the insurance. How much is this? I'll write you a check. I actually had that happen to me one time. I was in a parking lot and I was backing up and I could not see, and I pulled too far back and backed into the back end of somebody's car. I found the person, I cut her a check for whatever the cost of the repair was. There wasn't much damage. I was like, okay, no biggie, no harm about. But what has me going nuclear is the ridiculousness of insurance, car insurance, not getting misrepresentations about said car insurance, and I'm losing my mind. I am losing my mind with these people. And to all heck with insurance, and that is what has me going nuclear this evening. And with that, let's switch over. Let's focus here. Turn our focus a little bit as we were going to watch along to the Mexico and South Korea matchup here in the group stage. This is Group A.
I'm not going to say what I was thinking about the car insurance, because I was going to say, right, you could just say how much do you invest in car insurance? It's a lot, right?
It depends on the car you have, and
right.
Because I was going to say, right, if it wasn't mandatory to have it yet, but you just saved the majority of that as a pot, in case you needed to
That's
use
the
it.
problem. People
That
don't
would
do
be
that.
that'd be less than what your insurance cost is. The amount of money you've spent over the years on your car insurance. If you just saved like say 80% of that money to the
Okay.
side,
Well,
that would actually be cheaper than what you're going to invest if there's a crash.
Let me tell you this, because I had before I got told, I had a 2007 PT Cruiser. It was a car I bought about a decade ago because I was getting ready, 2017, because I was getting ready to go to the Ohio Media School, and I just needed something to get me from Akron to Cleveland and back. So I was like, you know what, this used PT Cruiser that came from a lot that my grandfather, my dad, this guy owns, they know very well, they trust him. He gave me the car for $2,000. Yeah. It had about 40-ish thousand miles on it, or 50,000 miles on it. They always get the cars from Florida.
Yeah, but how many months, mate, was your insurance before it cost more than the value of the car?
Well, my insurance for that PT Cruiser was about $50 a month, because it's a 2007 PT Cruiser. It's basically an old
based
beater
on
car.
value, like the replacement value.
Yeah, so my car was worth absolutely basically nothing because I got it used for about $2,000. It had a decent amount of miles on it, but it was just, for me, it was just a car I was able to hand in a cashier's check for because I saved up to $2,000, just paid for it in full, so I didn't have to worry about car payments. So I did that. My insurance, like I said, was like not even like $50 a month because it's a 2007 PT Cruiser. They haven't made a PT Cruiser since 2009 or 2010. So my insurance was obviously going to be extremely cheap. Now, compared to my younger brother who has a Mustang, a 2015 Mustang, yeah, his insurance is going to be about $200 compared to my $50 insurance for my car that I had.
Right. Well, and here's the thing.
And that was full coverage for the $50 too.
Wow. And that's it. You went on it. I know we are going way off the rails. It is still scoreless in
I just think it's a scam because a lot of the time.
Well, no, you're
investing
not
more
wrong.
money than what you would actually invest if there was actually a crash.
But that's the real crime is medical insurance. That's the real scam.
We don't want.
But isn't a medical insurance for a crash on top of a car insurance?
Well, not exactly.
No. Nope.
It's so all right.
All
the
separate.
range, like it's even I'm going to explain this wrong, so I'll try and be as vague as possible. But you can have liability coverage where basically all you're worried about is not your own vehicle. You're worried about the other people's property, and you need to have a high enough policy limit. If you don't, and you severely injure somebody and damage them, they can come after your personal stuff. They can sue your pants off because you don't have enough coverage, and they could take your, everything. They could wipe you out.
Yeah, that's different scenario, though, isn't it? Really, that's damaging a person.
But it doesn't matter. That's the whole reason you have insurance. You have to have that. That's where it gets expensive, Mike. And then your car and its value. So if you have a nicer car and a car that's a higher risk, like Drew's brother that has a Mustang, they're going to view that, put that in a different category than like
my PT Cruiser,
than a PT Cruiser, than a smart car, a Ford Fiesta. These are not in the same category. Oh, what a save for South Korea.
For me, because so funny story about how my car got totaled. We were driving back to get back to Mayfield Heights, where my girlfriend first stayed when I met her, and a tire from an old beat up truck flew over the median and smashed right on top of my car, like directly on top of the car, like on the hood, and we got lucky because if it came like any closer, that was like smashing us.
It would have probably gone through through the windshield and stuff. You'd have been hosed.
I got lucky, and I saw it last second, so I was able to like kind of like try and swerve out of the way and make it hit the front. So good instinct driver right there. But I tried calling the insurance. I was like, I would love to get money back, obviously, because first of all, a person who shouldn't be driving on the road like that. And it could have been just severely accidental. We don't know what the hell happened.
So you guys never found the other vehicle where this thing came from?
They were on the opposite side of the highway,
and it just flew like they were carrying an old tire transported.
No, it fell off their car while they were driving.
Well, shouldn't their car have been somewhere down the road on the other side?
Yeah. Yeah, they were coming. So they were going this way. We were going that way.
Right, I understand, but
Yeah.
they couldn't have gone very far.
No, they didn't. They found the other car. That's what I'm saying. They found the other car, but the insurances weren't willing to pay. Like, being like, hey, you drove a PT Cruiser. We're not going to give you money.
Basically, they were saying, well, it was only worth this much, and you're stuck because you were able to get a car that got you from point A to point B for a little bit of money.
I was able to put 200,000 miles into it too, which is crazy.
Right. So the thing is, with that amount of money, they're like, it's only worth $500.
Yeah.
Or something. You're like, I can't. What am I going to do with this? I can't get another vehicle.
They didn't bother. Yeah, and that's the point. They didn't even bother to give me the money because they said your car is so worthless. Like, it's not even worth anything at this point. So you're not going to get anything back. So basically, my car just got completely told, and they said, "Yeah, go kick rocks, kid."
Did the other person have insurance?
Yeah.
Or was that their insurance?
He had the same insurance I did. He had Geico, whatever, and they just
that's a whole other. The fact that you've got the same insurance company and they're bidding against themselves, it's like,
yeah, and they said, we're not going to give you money for repair. Well, obviously they could repair it because the car was irreparable. I had to go to a crusher and get crushed. So,
man.
But this is another thing as well. When they reject the claim and you're like, I've just paid you like £400 a month or whatever. I've now actually had a prank for the first time in 20 years, and you're willing to give me like no money back for my damage. It's like, what have I been paying you for the last 20 years?
Yeah. I fought for like a month and a half, and they just wouldn't do anything.
I don't know. Let's have rival conversations here as we're discussing this 23rd minute. Mexico, South Korea, still 0-0. We will be following along with this.
Oh, do you want me to put the score on the screen or something for people to kind of like?
Yeah, that'd be great. If you could pop that up there, and post it, and then I'll share.
In a tangent, but I still just think it's kind of a scam.
No. I get what you're saying, and the thing is that so when I was driving my car, when I turned 16, we got a car from someone we knew in our community. It was 1986 Cavalier Z24. It was awesome. It was like, okay, great. She had like 30,000 miles on it, but it was 9 years old. It was beautiful. It's like, okay, this is great.
I've just heard loads of stories though, like where people have like the amount of their
is that up right there, Mike?
Yeah,
Drew?
Yeah,
I've heard stories like where the amount of money
I'll blow it up. Sorry.
Their insurance has gone up. It's like way more than what it would have cost to like repair the car. It's like,
all right, here's an example, Mike. Let's say a rock hits your windshield.
Yeah.
And you have to replace the windshield. All these companies will say, oh, you just pay your deductible and we'll replace it. So let's say the cost to replace the windshield is $1,000. I'm just throwing out a number. Yep. And they say, you have a $250 deductible. You just pay that and we'll replace the glass. So $1,000 windshield, you pay $250. Oh, but wait, you've now made a claim on the insurance as a hit against you. And there goes your premium. It raises it by a certain amount. If you get a traffic violation, that raises your insurance.
Because it's a scam. As soon as you put a claim in, it increases your
right. So you have to be very careful about it. And now I was with an insurance company. This is the insurance company my dad worked for all throughout my life. They had a program where if you had not only a car, but like a renter's or homeowner's insurance, let's say you had 3 years without a claim, and then a fourth year, like without a claim, you start getting back at that point 25% of the first year's like you take the premium from 3 years prior, you get a check at the end of the year for 25% of that back, as long as you don't file a claim. So I was getting money. It was called cash back. Forever we weren't filing claims. So we would have to make that decision of like, if something occurred like a windshield, or something that we could have filed with the insurance, is it better just to pay for it out of pocket rather than have the insurance premium go up? And that's the sticky wicket there, as it were.
Yeah, but what are you paying if you're continuously doing that, what are you paying your money for? Apart from in case you kill someone, like what?
That's exactly what you pay for.
Like
that's what it is like.
You're just continuously investing the money yourself because you don't want your premium to go up.
Right. That's exactly what it is, because again, it's not protecting you so much, and sometimes it does. If you get into an accident with someone who doesn't have insurance and there's major problems, you can still recover certain things off your own policy. If it's an uninsured motorist, so there are protections for you as the customer, the insured. But you're right, in general, it's really, again, you're protecting the other folks, and to make sure.
You literally are, because you're literally covering for other riders on the road, essentially.
Yeah, it's exactly right. And health insurance is a whole other thing, with if so they've created these things, Mike. And I know that this is not, obviously, the stuff in the UK is vastly different with the way health insurance is handled. But these high deductible health plans, and they'll give, or with a health savings account where, like, your employer or whatever will contribute a certain amount, and then you have a deductible. So, you have to spend that amount before the insurance kicks in. So if you're really healthy, the premium is low, and you're like, okay, I'm saving money. But then the moment you're not healthy, you've got a long way to go before you hit your deductible and the insurance starts paying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the opposite end, you get a policy where you have a higher premium up front, but more of your stuff is things are being covered right away. It's a whole thing, Mike. I'm speechless. I am without speech when I start thinking about these things. It makes my head want to explode. So there you have it. This is crazy. We have gone way off the rails here. You know what, guys? At halftime, we're gonna. I wanted to do this earlier. I think maybe at halftime we should throw up a lot of people from Europe. They're posting all their stuff on social media about the different food they're trying, and I thought it would just be interesting, a bit of a spectacle of sorts, to go through some of these videos on social media, see what we think about their reviews of this food. And Mike, you had the opportunity, to share your experiences with American cuisine when you spent time in Cleveland in 2016, and we're here for the magical championship run of the Cavs, which is just unreal, absolutely unreal. So, folks, so what are we in? So now we're in the 29th minute, still 0-0. Mexico, South Korea, big game in Group A. Tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, the U.S. will be back in action taking on Australia. The U.S. should have the advantage there. Am I recalling all of this correctly? Yes.
The winner tops the group. The winner tops the group because both teams won in the first game.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, the U.S. probably played arguably their toughest game in their first matchup.
It was Turkey's
supposed to be
Turkey's on paper, it's Turkey.
Okay, it's Turkey. I'm sorry. All right. So,
but of course they lost to Australia 2-0.
Yeah.
But this is the problem. It's difficult because I think in that game with the US, Australia are going to do the same thing again. They're just going to try and hit the US on the counter. They're going to put men behind the ball. They gave up 30 shots to flipping Turkey and won 2-0. Their plan's going to be exactly the same against the US. They're going to let the US have the possession.
And what's cool was I have to find this again. There's a breakdown by this person on TikTok who broke down Poch's tactics, because he goes, if you watched all the friendlies of the US, you would think, what the heck is this team doing? Why are they playing so poorly? And it's basically just Poch trying different formations, trying different players, trying things out. But then
Poch used about 80 plays in the 2 years building up to the World Cup. What do you expect?
Yeah. And so he built and designed tactics specifically for the Paraguay game that exposed Paraguay's weakness. And I forget what he did. I have to rewatch the video and re-show it.
And that's actually brilliant in a way, guys, because they were guaranteed. They didn't have to qualify.
Yeah. So and I think it's going to help too, because if Poch is, and we've seen it, Mike, before, when we went to the Champions League final, it's we played so many teams so in different ways that kind of shows some of their weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Poch is doing this World Cup is he's utilizing the strengths of the U.S., but also finding the weaknesses of Paraguay, Australia, Turkey, and saying like, look, maybe these guys are horrible down the wings, so we're going to expose the wings, or these guys are terrible when you draw through the middle and stuff like that, and you go through it. So he's going to try different stuff.
Oh
Offside.
my!
He's offside.
Why haven't they raised the flag yet?
Yeah, you guys are about
Are
10
we?
seconds ahead or 20 seconds ahead.
Okay.
I've had to cover the score thing because it's ahead of my TV, but you guys are further behind me.
Is that like from I don't know which website? Foot Mob? I don't know what the heck Foot Mob is. Drew.
It's one of the bigger soccer apps that people use.
It's kind of crazy.
It's between Foot Mob, was it Score or something? I forget the other one.
Well,
and then there's One Football too you can use.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll use 2
What
balls.
was your prediction in this game, by the way? Because mine was 3-2 Mexico, and I don't think it's going to be 5 goals the way this is going. But then again, the other game we watched earlier was 0-0 until the last 14 minutes to decide to have 5 goals in it.
Yeah, and Drew, did you not pick Canada 1-0 in your picks against Qatar?
Against Qatar, yeah, I had Canada 1-0 against Qatar.
I put 2-0.
Yeah.
I put 2-0.
Well, it was. I mean, obviously,
I went based off of Canada's performance against whatever it is, Bosnia, because they played horribly against Bosnia.
All right, is it Qatar or Qatar?
Qatar.
Okay, but I heard people say Qatar.
Because people don't know what they're talking about because they're
uneducated. Now, wait a second. The 2 common English pronunciations are Qatar and Qatar.
Those people.
And you said it says highly common in British English and adopted by many English language international news broadcasts. The emphasis here is on the first syllable. That's Qatar. Whereas Qatar, and I always thought it was Qatar, and then people were like, "Oh, it's Qatar."
I'm trying to cover the score screen on my laptop. I'm showing you, but I can't.
You're not. I mean, you're not going to miss anything. Don't worry about it. Are you watching on? You've got your TV on the wall.
Not my TV, but TV's like 20 seconds behind the actual kickoff time.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that.
Which is a standard procedure anyway.
Yes,
because in case dodgy happens, and they have to cut the flipping TV, so that it's always 20 seconds behind live action anyway.
Right.
My prediction for this game too was a 1-1.
Okay. Well, right. So far, so good. Have you had many other exact bets on scores, Drew?
The first 2 games of the World Cup, I predicted perfectly. So
and that's it
for what was it? The games I'm trying to think. Oh, it was Mexico, South Africa. I predicted 2-0.
Right.
The game finished 2-0. And then for Korea, Czech Republic, I predicted 2-1. The game finished 2-1. South Korea.
Are you doing the official FIFA match?
Yeah,
What's your score?
Let me go to it real quick.
And while I'm looking at it, are you kidding me? The White Stinks are leading the Skankies 5-1 in the top of the 9th.
I'm ranked 63,000 in the thing.
See,
63,000. Let me see.
To me, this sounds like what I'm not doing this, tournament or whatever it is that you guys are participating in. But to me, it feels like doing the March Madness thing, and where I'm like, oh, I'm doing terribly. And how badly I'm doing. And I'm like, man, this is just discouraging. This just ticks me off.
How many total points do you have, Mike?
260.
I have 245, but it's because I forgot to lock in the Mexico-South Africa game when it started. Because I didn't realize you had to hit save. I didn't
a
hit
likely
save.
Story.
So I have it. It's posted on my TikTok. So, and it's from the FIFA app. So I would have got it correct.
Tisk.
So I screwed up myself.
You
I screwed
sure
mys-
did.
I
But
screwed
what was your
myself.
score prediction for that?
You said
For-
2-0, right?
For the South Africa Mexico game?
Yeah.
I had 2-1. I had the correct prediction. It was 2-1.
2-1, okay.
Or 2-0, I mean 2-0 for the Mexico South Africa game. I had the correct 2-0 score line.
Oh, okay.
Because it's on my TikTok. I have receipts.
Sure you do.
But yeah, so for today I had 0 points in the Czech Republic South Africa game because I had Czech Republic at 2-0. And then I had 15 points for Bosnia and Switzerland. And then I had 15 for Canada and Qatar because obviously I just got Canada winning.
So
I mean,
I've had 3 perfect scores so far.
I had 2.
well, aren't you guys special? You know how many I've had? 0.0.
So I had Netherlands, Japan 2-2. These are the actual Pacific correct scores. I had France 3-1 against Senegal, and I had Austria beat Jordan 3-1.
So what did you make, guys, of England's performance yesterday?
Excellent.
Thing is, though, right? Croatia would have been a top seed if there wasn't 3 hosts. If Mexico and Canada weren't hosting,
Yeah.
and it was a 48-team tournament, Croatia would have been a different group because them and Morocco, I believe, were the 2 teams that would have been a 1 seed if there wasn't 1 host. So essentially, Croatia are literally with the hardest or second hardest non-top seed team in
Right.
the tournament.
Well, I mean, hopefully for them, they can get
Based
through.
based on world rankings, Croatia are like 11th in the world. So they were literally the next one along with Morocco that would have been a top seed if there's only 1 host nation. So take that from what you will with that information.
Sure, I'll take it, and I don't know what I'll do with it. I think, let's see, what were
But
we
sometimes
talking?
as well, like first game sometimes it's good to have a test because you can learn from the bad even though you won. Whereas if you're like Germany who won 7-1 against Carousel, there's absolutely nothing to learn from that win. Like there's no learning to be done. Like whereas England were impressive in the second half, but they can clean up some defensive frailties they had in the first half. Like
What did you have as the Portugal game? What was your prediction for that one?
what the other day?
Yeah, the Portugal. What is it?
I had 3-0.
Curaçao?
I had 3-0.
I think I had 4. Because I thought it was going to be goals galore for Portugal, and
Here's
then
the
of
thing,
course,
England getting tested in the first game was good, but then they came out of it with a great second half performance. So it's like they learned some stuff from that result, but they still got the win, and they did it against a good opponent. Like I can tell you now, right? Unless there's no real shock, that Croatia game should be harder than a team that England would face in the round of 32. Like because the teams they're probably going to get on paper should be easier. So getting an early test, in my opinion, is probably a good thing. Like,
All right, here's what I will tell you. As long as England doesn't end up in a shootout, we'll be okay.
England have won the last couple of shootouts. Like,
I can't watch it. I can't watch it. That is the most nerve-wracking thing.
mate, the Euros final was bought BS because Southgate brought on 2 players in the last 2 minutes of extra time to take penalties.
Yeah.
Both of them missed because they hadn't
Sancho, Jordan.
It was Jordan Sancho and someone else. And he brought both of them on specifically for penalties, but because they never got into the flow of the game,
Yep.
their mind was just in the penalties and they both missed. And it's like,
yeah, that is absolute. I get ill thinking about it. I feel like I've seen England in these large competitions in my lifetime numerous times lose in the PKs. Losing the, and
England would have went to the final of the last World Cup if it weren't for Kane facing Lloris twice in penalties in the 90 minutes. Because the second one, he went for power because obviously Lloris was Spurs goalkeeper at the time and Kane was still at Spurs. So, and it was the second penalty against his club goalkeeper.
He knows where he's going to go.
And he knows his weaknesses when it comes to penalties. So Kane just went for power the second time because he'd already scored once. It was like, and he blazed over the bar. But like, I think mentally going against his club goalkeeper at that time kind of caused them problems. And England were the better team in that game as well. Like they conceded the second goal to Giroud, but then England had all the momentum going to that penalty, and then they missed the penalty. They ended up losing 2-1.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said,
I think England have got a better team than they did 4 years ago. So
yeah, I just have recurring nightmares of England in these big competitions and losing in a shootout in the PKs, and it's terrible. It's no good for me. Who do you think? I mean, obviously that Congo result against Portugal was huge. I mean, very
doesn't surprise though, because Ronaldo's holding back Portugal. Like they're not going to do anything with him in the team. Like,
right. I mean, do you think there's any team that could come out of the group stage that you weren't expecting to make it out of the group stage?
Who I wasn't expecting?
Right. Do you think there's a team that? I mean, Cape Verde. Let's see. They got the tie. Against Spain. Could they surprise?
The team that you're not going to like this, but the team that I think is probably going to get out of the group now that I didn't expect is Australia, because they're going to need a point from their last two games basically now to get through. I had them finishing bottom of that group.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I don't have to like it, love it, hate it. I don't care. It's not going to bother me.
Because I'm looking at the standings, and they're the only team that I believe have got a win that I didn't have going through.
Okay. So what do you, I mean, I know it's like, this is a different question, but it feels like, okay, they're showing it looks like, so I thought for a moment South Korea kind of was, had a little bit of an advantage so far, but then I'm looking at the passing numbers. It appears Mexico has had more passes, etc. So it
feels like South Korea's controlling this game, but
right. Okay, I'm not misreading that or misseeing that. That just
at least we on the screen we have like the possession, the
right
shots and stuff like that.
But it doesn't. Has anybody had a magnificent opportunity? Well, I know Mexico. There was at least one at it.
There was one shot on target.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But so tomorrow the United States takes on Australia, 3 p.m. Eastern time. They'll be out in Seattle. That could be nice. I mean, Seattle gets great crowds out there. I think as we were talking, I'm sure the NFL teams are like, can we keep this grass here?
Players will have to go on strike though. If the NFL want to adopt these pitches for the NFL, players are going to have to go on strike and enforce it.
Well, it's funny because there was a streamer by the name of Speed, and I think it was Speed. He asked an NFL player during I think it was one of these games, and he goes, would you rather play on grass like this or on turf? And the NFL player said turf because he's a defensive lineman. I forget who it was. He goes, it was a defensive lineman. He goes, because as in my position, at least, you have to get off the line and get off the line fast. And with turf, you have better grip. So you get off faster. It's almost like a block in track and field where you load up and then you can get off the block fast. So he goes, turf, I can grip the ground better, whereas grass in certain places, like you kind of slip off the line sometimes.
Right. If it's a bad surface, if you're playing on the infield, like when teams used to play the Browns at the old Municipal Stadium and they'd get down to the half of the field, the end of the field where the baseball field was all season long. And so you're playing on the dirt infield, at least at the beginning of the season. By the end of the season, I think they put grass, they do something down there, but that was terrible. So there, that makes a big difference. I don't know. Oh, nice ball into the box. Nobody there to answer.
But like England's World Cup dreams are over.
Oh yeah?
They've been cursed.
Oh no.
By what?
They went to the Kansas City Royals game and they've been cursed.
Oh no. Who cursed them? Just by going to the Royals
because they suck. So they've just been jinxed by the Royals.
And the
Yeah.
World
When-
Cup dreams
when they
are
don't win
over.
the World Cup, that's my excuse now. That
Okay. All right.
Already making this stuff up.
Hey, how about them? Did I see right that another team turned down a trip to Pennsylvania Avenue?
Sorry, who did?
The Knicks declined the Trump visit.
I believe I read that they have, in fact, declined a visit to the White House. Oh, no. Oh, darn.
Shall I show what they should do? As a P take, right? So, under Trump, since Trump became president the first time, in that 12
No
years,
NBA team has
in
gone.
that 10-year window, basically now, the only times that teams have attended
When he wasn't president.
was when Biden was in charge for 4 years. So what should happen is once Trump is no longer president, those rosters should mutually agree to attend the White House together under the new president.
I think that'd be funny,
Whether they
regardless of
decide-
like who it is. As long as it's not the current president, they should just go and visit.
Yeah,
Just
so all those players on those
Yeah.
rosters, regardless of who they're playing for, whether they're retired or not, they should all meet up and just go and have their president visit with the next.
Go eat dinner with the president. Yeah,
that would be hilarious. That would be
good. That'd be funny.
I did see, guys. I don't know. I know this again. We're just going wild here as we're watching the game. We are in the stoppage time, added time of the first half between South Korea and Mexico, still 0-0. As we kind of talk through all of this, I was pretty impressed. Like, you know that Jalen Brunson's wife is she a doctor? She's a doctor.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, I think she went to Northwestern for medical school. Like that's really impressive. She's like, yeah, I don't need your money. I mean, not that his money isn't probably more than her money, but her money probably is hard. I think she probably. Do you think that her worth or she's more valuable to society than Jalen Brunson?
Yeah, that's facts. She should be the one going to the White House.
I think so. She should at least be getting invited, but she should tell them, since they don't like science, that she's not going to go.
I need to see the video of this.
Did you guys just see the what just happened between South Korea and Mexico? This referee was trying to calm down this Mexico player because he was talking, and the South Korean player went like to him, and then the Mexico player was like, I was laughing. That's why I was laughing. I was like, what the hell? I was like, but now here's the thing I want to mention too, and this is no dig at anyone from Mexico or anything, but like it seems like Mexico tries so hard to be like, oh, we're gonna like fight you and beat you up and stuff like that. Especially when they play in the Gold Cup against like the United States, they always do the P chant, and they always get the game suspended or like delayed because they won't stop doing it. And then if like USA scores, they all throw their beers and water bottles on the pitch. And I remember I think it was last year at the Gold Cup, USA won, they scored a goal and they threw all their water bottles and such on the pitch. And it ended
the
up
players or the fans?
The fans. And one of the fans actually hit the referee in the forehead and got him bleeding or something.
Oh
yeah. And the fans are the fans are horrible for them.
Yeah, that's kind of absurd. I mean,
but also too, the players too. Also, when they play the US, they always try so hard to start fights with like the US players and stuff like that.
I do think though that those kind of leagues are generally like that.
That's
just the culture of those leagues. Like the Brazilian league, you see a ton of fights. Like
that's crazy.
I think the Mexican league's kind of like that. They think they're all tough guys. Like that's just the way the league is.
But yeah, they're the two league, like the Brazilian league and the Mexican league, are the leagues that dive the most too.
You see a lot of dirty plays and diving in those two leagues.
Yeah.
Well, they need to fix that. They need who's in. Okay, so which players? I see obviously Harry Kane, and who else is out there for England?
That's Dan Burns and Jed Spence.
Oh, that's Jed. Okay.
And Thomas Tuchel for a first picture, so it's like
I gotcha. Did I hear Kayla Mawani? Does he play on one of the sides or for one of the countries in the World Cup? Did I hear his name?
Like Colin Mawani's French, and I don't think he's in the squad.
Okay,
no,
maybe it was somebody. It was a name that sounded. I was like, huh? What? Okay. All right. So this is interesting stuff, guys. But now, Drew, am I able to share my screen if you're not? If you're sharing your screen?
I could always, well, you could always hit stop sharing on, and then share your screen, I believe.
Oh, maybe I can do both. You know what? Hold on. Yeah. I just need to remove yours and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Hold
first
on.
half's been a bit disappointing for me because I was expecting it to be a bit more entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it's been
I
terrible.
did not expect this to be more entertaining.
Well,
I
that's
was
right.
1-1 draw.
Because the other two teams drew, a draw between these two teams basically advances both teams because they'll be 3 points clear of the other two teams.
Yeah.
So like even and with 4 points gets you through regardless of position. It gets you through. So it's like I'm not surprised it's a little cagey if you want to put it that way in the first half.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. I'm gonna try and pull up some social media videos that we can talk about. I don't think we'll have any problems with this. Hopefully. Although, do they have? I gotta make sure they don't have like songs with it. A lot of them are just talking. People visiting the U.S. like this person. What is she? Oh nope. I gotta cut that. Cut that. No music. Cannot have music. If you're gonna talk, you need to. What is this? This is interesting.
This is the Dallas Stadium, and it's absolutely incredible. England's just beating Croatia, but look at the size of this. We owe apologies to America because their football stadiums.
So, do you? What do you think? What do you think, Mike? American stadiums in the UK.
And it just looks like a standard sports stadium to me.
I know. I'm just. Here's this guy. Okay, so this guy from Scotland. Now, you said they're out of beer in Boston.
Some of the bars ran out of beer in Boston one of the nights because the amount of drinking that was going on.
That's amazing. The Scots are going to drink them under the table. So let's talk about.
And then Scotland play their next game there on Friday, and then England play their next game next week in Boston. So,
hopefully they'll have a chance to replenish the stuff. Let's see here. See, I don't know. I'll have to wait till. Oh, he's trying
pizza,
to.
mate. There's better pizza in Italy. Right?
Lovely smokiness on the bottom. Also, fresh pie, which means it is roasting. Let's try the crust now.
That looks a little bit burnt.
Wow. Insanely crispy. Unbelievably good. That is the best pizza in this set. Get yourself down to Regina's, because this is getting a 10 out of 10. Blown away.
Hey, he's better than Dave
We're trying
Portnoy.
Regina Pizzeria here in Boston. Apparently the best pizzeria in town.
See, I don't know. What do you think? That crust was too crispy for me.
No, I don't think it was.
It looked like it was going to cut the roof of your mouth.
I don't mind it crispy though, like that a little bit.
But it was going to cut the roof of your mouth.
I like pizza like that.
Okay, you like super
This is Lewis's barbecue or Lewis barbecue in Charleston, South Carolina. What have we got? We've got a big tub of mac and cheese. We've got pulled pork.
Look at this.
2 different types of sausages.
I mean, that is a crazy amount of food. Obviously, they know, she knows she's doing a video. Like, how many other people are eating there with her in her party? Because
probably quite a bit. I would assume a few people.
I hope so.
Or at least I hope.
That's a lot of food.
Don't know that much to me.
But
The pizza?
have you seen Scottish people going around Boston putting traffic cones on the heads of like every statue they've seen? Like they went up to Sam Adams, put a cone on his head. They went up
that's
to like,
hilarious.
They went up to like an octopus, put cones on all of like the tentacles and on top of the head of the octopus, and then they're just going around putting traffic cones on top of the heads of like every statue they see.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing.
I've got some breaking news per Fabrizio Romano here. So, Asmail Kone has suffered a fractured fibula and a tibia fracture. He's expected to undergo surgery and going to be out for 4 to 5 months.
That is crazy. I mean, so the tibia is the large bone in your lower leg, like your shin, all that stuff, and then the fibula. Was it tibia and fibia or the fibula?
Correct, both.
So wait, because there's the fibula. All right, now I'm gonna have to look up. We need to look up anatomy. We're gonna need to look up a diagram of these bones.
Welcome to learning with going nuclear.
I think it is, but look at that food. Look at that plate. You know what I don't like? Pickled red onions. You guys pick
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. I don't
Like-
like pickled red onions.
I can eat onions regular. I can eat them sauteed. I'm not a fan of the pickled onions. Not a fan of that. Let's see if we can find some other food videos here. What's this guy doing? You haven't tried some Starbucks?
6'6" from Lower Marion High School.
Oh no, that's the guy from the Lakers retiring, the PA announcer.
Oh yeah.
So we're just scrolling through. What's this guy doing?
Whoa. I know you're from where you're from.
We're foreign. What are we going on doing?
Stop with the knife.
No, you don't need a knife?
No, you pull it apart with your hand. And listen, hold up. And you take your fingers and you lift it up and you eat it.
Okay.
Not with a fork.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sorry.
Enjoy holding your food and eating it like that.
I
It's okay
I
to
love
do it.
eating with
Okay.
that.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Okay. No.
I'm sorry I let it get that far.
No.
I'm sorry, I let it get that far.
We're not used to meat being soft enough to just rip it apart with a knife. I mean, that's not normal. Cheers. Cheers. The best ribs in America. Oh.
They're gonna ban this in Russia for that music, that 2 seconds of music there. You know that, Drew, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Sorry to the Russians. Our fault.
yeah, my bad. That was unintended. But that's pretty funny. Like that, again, they're like, oh, we're not used to meat being this soft.
I know.
Not having shoe leather.
It's like, what do you guys? Are you guys just used to unseasoned food and shoe leather ribs and like what do you guys eat over there?
Well, exactly. No, basically, I think that's correct. That is what they're used to. It's kind of crazy. And no, I am thoroughly enjoying.
It's funny because like they went to like Canes or something. They're like, or not Canes. They went to like some of these places and they're like, oh my god, this is so good. Like the seasonings. It's like, what? Do you guys not have seasonings in the UK or something? Like, do you even have like salt or pepper?
Right.
Like, it's like, oh my god, guys. Like, I know you're used to bland.
Oh man, is that a dang quesadilla? Napoleon?
Oh, have you seen the Japanese kid who had the big barbecue meat? Whenever he goes, oh my god, this is so good. This is amazing.
All right, here is our. Hey, look, if you're watching this, you're a Cleveland sports fan. You know who Paul Brown UK is. Mike, obviously in the UK, personally is friends with Paul Brown. And this guy, he does his own cooking, but he's all over the place trying stuff. So let's see what he's trying to.
I feel a bit on edge in this place.
I mean, you're in the hood, man.
Shut up. Okay.
What did I just see?
Tenderloins. What makes it so good?
So first of all, it makes it good because of my face, my customers, people that come and come again.
Home of Elvis Presley in Memphis. And my first views of Memphis, it feels a lot more ghetto.
Oh my gosh.
Paul, no, Paul, you don't say that.
Okay, what is this? What? Oh, did he go to In-N-Out Burger?
I mean, the guy did pull up a strap on him too.
You're gonna get every single time you come, and the quality is exactly the same every single time. Quality control in and out is brilliant. It's probably the number one place we go if we want to eat out, to be honest.
But look at that burger. That's like wafer thin. And I love In-N-Out. I'd rather go to Swenson's, right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's just funny watching Europeans eat our food and be like, oh my god.
Yeah, like, what did you think? I mean, I worry about the mustache there. The mustache looks like it's just going to get in the way.
Yeah. You're going to get a lot of stuff in the mustache.
There's going to be a lot of sauce in the mustache there. This guy's been everywhere. He's got a lot of videos. Harley the Brit. Is this guy for reals? He's a real guy, right? I think he is. Wait a sec. He's a Brit living in the So he's okay. This guy's a joke. Then boo. I feel duped. He's digital creator. Yeah, if he's a digital creator and he lives here, then that's crazy.
That's cheating.
Man. So he's not actually. There was a video or a clip they played of they played of some person on the street and they're talking to a woman or a person. I think it was not a woman, a man. I think from maybe who was like Asian, maybe Japanese, and they're like, "Oh, I don't speak a good English." Blah blah blah. Said this stuff, and it's like, "But I'm excited!" And it was it was very good. It was very good. Oh man. Well, I guess. Oh wait, what do we hear? Message for. Oh no. This.
Do the football! Come on, England!
USA fans are saying that the MLS is bigger than the Premier League because they've got Messi. What are your thoughts?
Well, Messi. USA fans have never seen anything messy. When England are coming, drinking their bars dry, then they'll see what Messi's about. These USA fans don't know what's going on. Listen, they still call it soccer. Soccer. They're all sat here in England shirts eating chicken wings, drinking one beer. Come on, that's not England. They're terrible. American fans are terrible. Listen, stick to your baseball, stick to your baseball, stick to your hockey, stick to your basketball, and we'll do the football. Come on, England! It's coming on!
Oh my!
That dude's the size of a planet.
Hey, but he's not exactly wrong. I mean, you know, we don't exactly know how to, you know. Yeah. That guy with his hat. That's, oh, hey, look, what's Paul Brown up to here?
Miles drive across.
He's in the ghetto.
As I came into Amarillo, I had the opportunity to buy a spray can for £10 and spray these Cadillacs. Yes, it was a bit of a tourist trap, but it was quite good fun. Go Browns. Any Cleveland Browns fans on this trip, reach out to me. I'm not the best at graffiti, to be honest, but top tip, go to Home Depot and get your can a lot cheaper. A lot of people recommended this place, the Big Texas.
Call it Home
This is
Depot.
the place where you come and try and eat 72 ounces, 2 kilos of steak. It looked like a tourist trap, so I didn't bother. I went with the Duke ribeye, creamed green chili corn, and cheesy potatoes. The steak was okay. I asked for medium rare. I don't know why, but I always find American steak is chewy. Green chili cream corn. I hate sweet corn.
Oh, music in the background. They got to stop playing music in the background of these videos, messing me up. Gonna get us all screwed up.
Have you guys seen the interaction between the guitar coach and Jesse Marsh?
What's that? No.
So the head coach of Qatar got pissed off at Jesse Marsh for running up the score to 6-0, and so many people on Twitter are like, yeah, Canada had no reason to run up the score and stuff like that. I'm like, you do realize goal differential matters in this thing, right? So maybe Qatar shouldn't have gone down to 9 men.
Yes, I was about to say, maybe your team should have been more disciplined and not got too
right. Okay.
Yeah.
France has shown us amazing love, and he's just on the verge of tears. And Bobby's our savior, and we love him all.
I know English, but I am excited!
That can't be real, right? There's no way that kid doesn't know English. Something seems phony about that. Should we call that out? I think that's phony. So I don't know, but this is I just thought this would be kind of fun. I mean, Mike, when you visited I'm going to take this down, and then Drew, you can bring up your Drew. Mike, when you were in the
you're
U.S.,
gonna have to bring it back up.
What's? Oh, yes, I do. You're right.
I don't have control.
When you were in the U.S., Mike, did you go to a lot, and all your time in that you spent in Cleveland, did you go to a lot of local establishments to eat?
No, I just went to boring fast food chains.
Oh, I'm sorry.
McDonald's and Wendy's.
When are you going to come back?
Wendy's, Steak and Shake, places like that.
When are you coming back so we can take you to all the good places?
Not Joe B's. What's that one?
Well, you're thinking of Joe.
Jollibee, whatever it is.
Jollibee? No, I don't know what.
I forgot.
Bojangles? No,
you got Wendy's. You got Steak and Shake.
Wendy's, Burger King, Steak
Arby's.
and Shake, Arby's. Yeah, so you missed out on.
I don't know why I said Joe B's. I meant Arby's.
You've been listening to Rizzo too much. Well, the second half is underway from Mexico, where South Korea and Mexico.
There was a good pizza place downtown though, across the road.
Oh, Geraci's? Was that there? Geraci's is down.
Geraci's downtown, yeah.
Could be that. There's a place. Is it not the map? There. Oh, shoot.
There's the Irish.
There's a place across the street called Map Room. Across the street from me.
There's the Irish bar right downtown, yeah.
Flannery's.
Flannery's.
It's like the pizza place is like 2 or 3 buildings.
That's Geraci's.
Yeah, that's Geraci's.
That's where we were on opening day, and man, I
Yep,
am looking
Flannery's.
forward to
That pizza
some.
was so good though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, and doesn't Tito own that or have a stake in that location? Francona.
Yeah, I believe so. He does.
So
But, yeah, Map Room
that
is
was
what's one across the street from me, Ethan. My apartment.
is that a
They-
little bar, like a dive bar?
It's like a little Irish bar. Yeah.
I went to
but-
Winking Lizards a lot.
Oh, that
Winking Lizard's so
Lizard is-
good. I
it is.
fucking love Winking Lizard.
Well, here's a good story for you guys.
What's the wings place? By
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo. Is that the one by the car park by the arena?
Yeah, but they closed that one actually 2 months
Recently.
ago. Yeah, like
we
2
were
months
just
ago.
talking about that because it was like opening day, wasn't it? And then it was closed
Yeah, it was closed like 2 months
shortly
later.
thereafter.
Yeah.
But so wait, so the Map Room, is that like just like this little hole in the wall bar, but has really good pizza, or is that something else?
Yeah, that has good pizza. Yeah. Because for a second I thought you were talking about burgers, and I was like, no, that's what's it called? Johnny's Little Bar.
No. I went up there a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I was at
Map
a block
Room-
party, and I
Yeah,
walked up there with Kardik.
Yeah,
from-
Map Room has good pizza.
It's like it's a little hole in the wall.
It's like very narrow.
Yes, that is it.
It's very long and narrow, but it's a really cool spot.
I also went to I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's like Eastern European owned, and it's down by the flats. They do like roast dinners, kind of.
Oh, and who knows? I mean, a lot of
family
stuff.
owned business. I can't remember the name of it.
And who knows? I don't know if it's all still there or not. That's the other question. Like, I mean,
I'm not
10
going to
years.
say it's Saborski's, but it was something. It was
Sabrowski's. It was.
It was. I think it was something Polish or something.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it though.
But it's down by the flats, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
have
think
to-
it's down by the flat somewhere. I have to.
Oh boy, look at this break. Mexico in the box, shot wide of the mark. Hits the outside of the netting. Good opportunity, a good break there from Mexico. So, but yeah, so Mike, so you ate a lot of the normal chain places. You really didn't get to experience necessarily some of the better establishments. I mean, were you impressed with anything in one way, shape, or form, or were you like, what is this garbage?
Oh, Mike, was it called Sokolowski's?
That's probably it.
Yeah, it's over by University Inn, I believe is what it's called. Because did it have like, what'd you have there? Like pierogies or something?
Probably roast dinner, gravy,
Yeah.
mashed potatoes, stuff like that.
You should
But
have gone
it's
to
really
like,
good.
what's it? Like, I assume West Side Market. I haven't gone in there. I mean, but they've got to have a ton of stuff, right? I mean, just like all kinds of
Have you never
variety.
been in West Side Market?
I don't think I actually have, amazingly enough.
Really?
I've been in there. I've never bought anything from there, but I've walked around there a few times.
I was staying at last year. I came into town. I went to the Lou Marconi had an extra ticket and was so kind to offer to me to go to that draft party, the concert, the Journey concert at the stadium and
Yes.
the draft night.
Mexico have scored.
Oh wait! Oh, how'd he drop that? Oh my goodness! Oh, what a break!
At least we've got
I
a goal.
can't wait to see it.
At least we're seeing the goal.
Well, the goalkeeper, what are you doing, Butterfingers? Like, I mean, there was a collision in the box there.
The goalkeeper's completely
Wow.
messed up, yeah, but
I mean, you got to hold on to it.
we'll open up the game now because Korea will have to try and get an equaliser.
Yeah, but I came into town for the draft thing, and I stayed downtown at a holiday. I think it's a Holiday Inn Express. It was the strangest Holiday Inn Express I've ever stayed at because it was literally in a building that used to be a bank. So they didn't really change the room. The room's like these giant
God.
high ceilings.
Watch the replay. He's caught the ball and then pushed it away from himself.
Oh, he fell over his defender and lost it on him.
Yeah.
So here he goes. He's coming down. He could barely grip it and Did he? And then he hits his own player.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then he drops it.
Yeah, what a break for Mexico now. But the good news, like you said, Mike, is it's early in the second half. We're in now the 52nd minute about. And
because the thing is, if this finished a draw, both teams would be 3 points clear, and goal difference would just most likely determine who wins the group in the final.
one or two, one and two. Yeah, who's one?
Whereas
who's two.
now, because Mexico have got ahead, Korea are going to have to try and come back.
So in that incident, if I'm the goal, I'm blaming the defender on that, because I'm sure the goalkeeper is probably yelling keep, and saying like it's mine. Like an outfielder would say like mine. He's probably saying keep, and he's trying to get the guy to move, and the guy just focused on the ball too much and doesn't move. Your defender's got to get out of the way and have your keeper come up and catch. That's a keeper's ball all day long.
Yep. I'm glad there's been a goal because it's going to make the game interesting now.
Well, right. Now, like you said, South Korea, and they have plenty of time. They've got at least 40 minutes.
Yeah, they still got a whole half. They still got the whole half.
Drawing this game puts both teams basically through.
Yeah.
So, regardless of position, it basically puts them both through. So,
yeah, I'd love to see Sonny do something.
Come on, Sonny.
Because I think it's basically impossible to not go through with 4 points because of the format. So it's like,
yeah,
if you're talking about just qualification, a draw wouldn't have been the worst result for both teams. But now, because there's been a goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at the places I'm back on our prior topic right before the goal, the West Side Market. They got a lot of interesting stuff there. I think it's one of those things like, can I get a sandwich there? Or, it's like, I don't have anywhere to take this. I don't want to take it anywhere. I just want to you got to go to Mabel's and get a Michael Simon's place, get some barbecue. I haven't
been to Mabel's yet.
You haven't? Oh, Drew, place to go.
I haven't been to Mabel's yet.
I got a great brisket sandwich. Delicious. I did not get it with the pickled onions.
As you should.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not going to have that. And they serve some kind of a sauce with it. It's basically horsey sauce. And since you go into Arby's, Mike, horsey sauce, a horseradishy based type thing. It was a very good brisket sandwich. I don't know if they had. I think they do offer like the dinosaur beef ribs, but I was like, I'm not that hungry. I need to eat. I'm just eating lunch. I got plans later. I think we were going to Luigi's later. So,
me some Luigi's.
Hex, yeah. So,
Love
Mike,
me
you're
some
gonna have
Luigi's.
you're just gonna have to get your passport renewed and get your butt over to Cleveland.
I will at some point.
That's just how it's gonna go. I may not be there, but Drew will. Drew's definitely there.
I'll be here. I'm always here.
Hey, you're holding down the fort, dude. You're holding down.
I'd come to yours if you had a sofa available.
I mean, I'm going to do up my office a little bit more because we're going to renew our lease here in the next couple days because we have to. So I think we're supposed to get a new couch, and then we're going to put the old couch, even though it's torn up, we're going to put it in here in the office, and I'm going to clean up this back a little bit.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to say you're going to put it out on like on the balcony, kind of like how the people at colleges have their couches out on the front porch.
Well, I don't have a balcony, so
I know.
I'm gonna put it out the window and just drop it on someone.
You can
like a
hang
cartoon.
it out the window.
I'm gonna do like a cartoon anvil. I'm just gonna toss it.
Are you in an apartment block that's like on like not the ground?
So, I live in the flat, or not in the flats. I live on top of the hill of the flats. So, the two streets that are like the steep hills that go down towards the. I live on top of that hill.
Okay.
Oh, ball into the box. Stop. Looking. Oh, poked away. Oh, gotta get a shot off. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I live there. I live in a place called Bridgeview. It's just above the flats, and it's a neat spot. I got a nice view of the entire city, basically. And then we have a rooftop that overlooks the whole city.
That's impressive.
But as long as you don't mind two cats, we live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So we have a whole nother bathroom that has a shower and stuff like that too.
Oh, look at this. Looks like Mike found a place to stay while he gets on his feet, gets a job.
I was actually talking about Ethan.
Oh, me? Oh, me? You don't want to come to Virginia. What you gonna do here?
Drive up to Cleveland.
Get a lift of you to Cleveland, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. You guys can get a hotel room together. Be your little roomies.
Yeah, that's okay. We do have a pull-out sofa, but that's all right. We're good. I'm trying to get people out of this house, not add people to it.
Trying to get Jacob out of the house.
It was more of the point of like, if I came over, it'd be like rude not to.
Oh well, I appreciate that. No, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I
won't be watching any baseball with you though because you always curse it, so I can't be doing
that. All right, enough of that.
We'll stick to your food programs.
Yes, that's exactly right. Hey, I watch a lot of food programs. I come up with a lot of good ideas that make me very hungry, and then I don't want. Oh,
Sonny's going off.
He's going off. All right, well, screw that, Korea. Come on now. No, I mean, I want Korea to put some, make it interesting. I feel like they are, as you said, I mean, maybe playing it safe, and now they can't. So it's just it's a bit surprising that they pulled Sonny, but maybe he seems like he gets limited minutes. I guess he's getting a little bit long in the tooth, a little old, huh?
I think it's as well, like, because of the tournament format, it's like they need to keep him fresh for later on.
Yeah, and you take your chances there. Oh, nice play, whistle. Nope, not a nice play. Oh, boy.
Give him some minute. Give him an hour in the group stage games, but when it gets to the knockouts, you give him longer minutes then.
Right. What is Crisp Deluxe? Crepes Deluxe. Drew, did I miss something here?
I'm sending it to you guys in the group.
Okay.
I'll tell you what would have my old man going nuclear with this game, though.
What's that?
That the two teams are not wearing their home kits, because this is one thing that he hates when watching a football game and the two teams are both wearing their away kits. It drives
what
him
is up with
insane.
that?
It drives him insane. He moans about it continuously. Like the game earlier, the whole stadium was Canada red, but they played it black.
Did you watch it, Ethan?
That's true.
Dude, that's my entire Instagram algorithm.
That's the most awful, horrid, like.
6 times worse now.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy, folks, we're losing it here. We are starting, for everybody who's sticking with us, thank you, because this is a ridiculous chat we've got going on about anything and everything.
I'm not sorry.
To be
No,
fair,
you shouldn't be.
The kit thing I was talking about does have me going nuclear as well. It drives me insane when you see teams who could clearly wear their home kit and then wearing their, especially in a tournament like this.
It helps you identify them. Like, you should know who the
Canada one was a joke. Their entire stadium was in red, but they were wearing their black kit.
Right.
Like,
I don't know.
It's like, really? There's no color clash. It's like,
well, they've got.
It's a tournament. It's a World Cup.
Yep. No, I'm with you, Mike.
Most of the fans are wearing their main colors, and then there's no color clash, and teams are wearing their second kit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I think in all of these sports, all the alternate uniforms and colors and such, I'm just a traditionalist. I'm a stick in the mud.
If it's down to me, you wear your traditional colors unless there's a color clash, and then one team has to swap.
Well, but okay.
And that team genuinely is the away team unless there's still a color clash, and then the home team changes. That's how I see it.
Well, I used to appreciate, so first of all, if in hockey was kind of the reverse, or is the reverse of most other sports. Most sports in the U.S., the home team wears white, the visiting team wears their dark uniforms. In baseball, everyone used to wear gray on the road, and there was a period where a lot of them had this like powder blue type color on the road. But again, it was the home team would wear white. But like in NHL, is you wear your dark jerseys at or sweaters at home, and you know and such, and then you wear white on the road. I don't know. And now in the NBA, it's crazy. They just got crazy.
Wear your traditional colours at home, and then wear your away kit when you're away.
Yeah. No,
your alternative jersey when you're away. But when you're
Yeah.
playing a home crowd, you should
Yeah,
wear
although
wear your team's traditional colours.
Yeah, although I mean I do like the the Cavs throwback this year, back the 07 blue. That's pretty slick. I did appreciate that one. I think that needed to be the primary road kit.
Exactly, you have that as your primary road kit then. But the World Cup drives me insane. Like you have crowd like Scotland the other day, right? Their game in Boston against Haiti. All their majority of their fans were wearing blue, I think, but they played in their away red kit. It's like, come on. And then Haiti were playing in like white when their main colours are like red or whatever it is. It's like,
no, I know you may.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I am with you for certain. This is so bad, guys. You want to talk about getting old? It's like I'm having to now get the readers. I'm having to get the readers on, because and it's amazing how much better things look now that I've thrown on some readers. That's just it's fine. At 47 years old, I'm finally starting to have to, put on the glasses for. I'm like, what? Oh. Now this makes sense. I suppose I'm lucky. I mean, I suppose I'm fortunate that I've survived this long, but it's like, man, I don't like getting old, dude. Getting old ain't for the weak or whatever it is. So what are they going to do? So 63rd minute now. Now South Korea needs a goal to equalize, surrendering a goal on that was a rough break. I mean,
that's just a horrible break.
It was a fortuitous bounce for Mexico.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm watching South Korea and I'm not inspired by anything they're doing to suggest they're going to be able to equalize.
No, what they're doing is they're slowing the game down and they're looking for
that one. But to me, that seems like, and you tell me, this is my stupid American view of these things, right? You start slowing the game down, and you're looking for what appears to be a perfect opportunity.
It's stupid, though. It's counterproductive. It actually makes it easier for the other team to defend.
Right, yeah. Exactly. You want to go at them with some speed and make them have to make quick decisions rather than pass around and look for a certain spot.
You need to get yourself opportunities.
Exactly. It was like when we were watching the NHL playoffs, and I think it was, and obviously Carolina was very, very sound defensively, but where Montreal couldn't or wouldn't shoot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Just shoot the stupid puck. Hope for a deflection. You are not going to get anywhere playing this way. I just don't see how that works. So I don't know.
Talking of Stanley Cup quickly, mate.
Yeah.
That final, got changed when they benched their goaltender and went to.
Yeah, and they went to Bussy.
Bussy, yeah.
Now, what did they say? So Bussy I think so. My good friend Sherry in Cleveland, I think because she grew up originally from New York, grew up in Florida for some time. So she's a Panthers fan. Now, did Bussy, I think she said maybe Bussy had played in Florida for a short, was there.
I think he might have done, yeah.
For a minute, literally. But yeah, it's crazy how you can make a goaltender change.
It was like they had to concede loads of goals in a game for them to bench their goalie to play like the first period, for him to then stay in net for the rest of the rest of the series.
The way that momentum changes is unreal. It's just unreal.
That was the game where wasn't that the game where they nearly became the first team to come back from 3 goals deficit in the third period, but then they lost in overtime because he came into the third period.
Yeah, that was an unreal game.
It was 3 goals or 4 goals.
I think it was it 4? They were in trouble. All I remember, I'd have to look
Yeah, but
back.
they got it to overtime. And that was he came in for that third period, and then he's kept his place for the rest of the series.
Yep. That changed everything. It literally changed everything.
And that
for
was the
Carolina.
last time. That was the last time Vegas won because they won that game to go up 2-1 in the
Right.
Right.
I'd have to look that up.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up while we're sitting here. But now we are in the 67th minute, still 1-0 Mexico. Thank you for everyone who's sticking with us as we're just kind of having stream of consciousness chat here about anything and everything as we watch along with the World Cup group stage game here. South Korea and Mexico. South Korea down 1-0, second half of action. South Korea looking to try and equalize, ball into the box, bounces out, played. Now, oh, man, I don't know. I thought he could have taken that shot.
I'll tell you one thing that I'm glad they've done in this World Cup, though.
What's that?
So I said in our group chat the other day about Croatia's second goal being offside, yeah?
Yeah, the arm.
They've got rid of arms being offside.
So, Drew, you and I were talking about this. Share what you were talking about or what we...
Yeah, so I know Ethan was confused, and I said what they're starting to do now is with these automatic offsides is they're taking account that you can't score with your arm. So the only way you could be offsides is with obviously like your head, your shoulder, your legs, chest, like anything you could score with. So like your hands, your forearm, and anything up, like your entire arm basically, except for your shoulder. Like if your arm is like offsides, you're onside because you can't. They finally realized like, oh, you can't score with your arm. So why does that even account for an offside?
Yep.
So it makes a lot of sense that they've done that, and
I've been calling it for years, and I'm glad they've done it because when I saw that Croatia goal, I was like, based on the Premier League ruling, that's happened in the previous season. I was like, that's offside. But then when I eventually saw the replay and it was his arm offside, and they showed the line,
yeah,
I was like, okay, they're not doing arm offsides anymore, which is good.
Yeah, they're not doing arm offsides anymore.
All right. So in answer to your question, Mike, it was as you guys were both correct, game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Carolina was trailing 4-0.
Yeah.
In the third period.
They scored 3 goals in the space of like 30 odd seconds.
Yes, 7:03 of the third, 7:29 and 7:42 to make it 4-3, and then on a power play, 18-18.
That's it. Yeah.
Of the third period.
And they pulled the goaltender off the second period.
Yeah, exactly. They had changed the goaltender after the second period. They pulled Anderson.
Yep, they lost in overtime, and then he played the next 3 games, and they won.
That was it. The rest is history.
Yep.
So, I mean, unreal. I'm glad that the Hurricanes won. I did not want the Knights to win. Again, I feel it's that situation where we have suffered as, as Cleveland fans and had to deal with a team like Las Vegas, an expansion team, and they come in and they have this success right away. So that it feels like a bummer. They talked about it today on ESPN Cleveland about what the NFL did to the Browns when they came back in '99. They essentially wanted to put a stop to the expansion team like the Jaguars and the Panthers being successful right away. And they gave us like the dregs of these other teams that were the leftovers and other teams didn't want on their roster. So we put together this crap roster. The crazy thing is, I mean, the Browns were in their, let's see, must have been their third season when they went 7-9, and the fourth season they made the playoffs at 9-7. Am I remembering that correctly, guys? I think that's got to be it, right?
Trying to think here.
I know it was the year they were in the playoffs. Their first time in the playoffs was the day after or the same weekend that Ohio State won the national championship.
Yeah.
So that was like 0203.
0203.
And that, and so they managed to put together like a pretty good team within a reasonable amount of time. They were terrible their first year.
It was 203, yeah, because I became a Browns fan in 2003, and they took like 20 nearly 20 years to get into the playoffs.
After that, yeah, into the box headed. That was a good throw. There we go. But yeah, I'm trying to find out year by year results. So hopefully I can figure that out. So now they're down. We're in the 72nd minute. They've had their hydration break.
Don't forget, guys, that other game earlier was still 0-0 at this point, and we hadn't seen 5 goals in the Switzerland Bosnia game. Still 0-0 at that point.
I know it's funny because I have 2 bets going on, and one of my bets is for every game. Except for this one, every game to have over 1.5 goals, and this one I have under 3.5 because I thought this was going to be a very boring game. And I was getting so concerned about that Switzerland game. I was like, oh my god, nobody's going to score in this game. And then next thing you know, 5 goals just appear out of nowhere. I'm like, holy,
holy cow! Okay, so it was the Browns. So the Browns, 99. Yeah, it was their 4th season back from, in their expansion era. Now they did in the Browns in 2001 finished, so they were 5-12 in 2001. I thought they had like a year, and I guess I'm misremembering here. Oh wait, it's showing the wrong. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Don't mind me. Yeah, it looks like so in 2000 they finished. This is the most confusing thing I've ever seen. Yeah, 3-13 in their 2nd season. And in their 3rd season in 2001, they finished 7-9. They were actually doing pretty decent. That game against Chicago, the Bears, Mike, if you remember the way they lost to the Jets and Joe Flacco.
What? Which game? The game they lost right at the end?
Yeah, like they gave up. They were up 13 points.
Yeah, we blew like a 13-point lead or something.
Right, and we would have been 2-0 that season. So in 2000, and so this was in the 2001 season. This is their 3rd season back. The Browns start the season. They are 2-1. They're 3-1. They lose. They're 3-2. They actually beat Baltimore. They're 4-2 going into Chicago. The score is 21-7 late in the 4th quarter. Chicago tied the game late in the 4th quarter. The guys were like they thought the game was over. They literally scored 14:32. So there were 28 seconds left in the 4th quarter, down 21-7. Chicago scores to make it 21-14. I believe they recovered the onside kick and scored as time expired to tie the game and won in overtime.
How did they lose? Do you blow a 14-point lead with like 28 seconds left?
The Browns? Anything else?
Do you know what's dumb about that?
Yeah.
You could have done something dodgy, like commit intentional penalties to stop them from stuff.
I mean, that's just like the kind of luck, and I mean, so this was in their 3rd season. They were off to a good start. They lose to Pittsburgh, but they bounced. They're up to 5-4. They're at 6-4 at the end of November. They go into December. They beat up by Tennessee. They lose 27-16 to New England. So they were 6 or what? At what point they were 5-4, 6-4, and they lost 4 games in a row.
What's it? Oh my god!
into the cross.
I was offside anyway.
Okay. He had a great opportunity there.
I think.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I mean, crazy way the Browns, and then I think that was also that the day the Jacksonville Bottlegate.
Oh, that game was crazy.
That would have been December 16th of 2001, Browns Jaguars. I think that was Bottlegate. We lost 15-10.
Yeah, because we were driving and then they reviewed the
Right.
They reviewed the play or the
Quincy
drop.
Morgan. Yep.
They reviewed the Quincy Morgan drop, even though they're not supposed to.
They said that there was a
because
problem with the buzzer or something.
Yeah.
Even after we had another snap.
Yeah. And that's the thing that like people were so pissed about. It's like, well, we already snapped the ball, so it doesn't matter if the buzzer was working or not. We already snapped the ball. So you can't go back and review it anyways.
Yep. 15-10. It was 4th and 2. He hits Quincy Morgan for a 3-yard gain and a first down. And then they spiked the ball. And then Terry McCulley comes on and says the booth was reviewing the previous 4th down play because a subsequent play had already, or because a subsequent play had been run, the review violated NFL rules, but the officials ultimately overturned it, ruling the pass incomplete and turning the ball over to Jet. Yeah, that was crazy. But that team was right there. You think about those two games, and instead of being 7-9, they're 9-7.
Yep.
I mean, that's. But you know what? Again, the next season they were obviously building on that. Oh, here comes a good counterattack for South Korea. There it is, outside the 18, dribbles with a right to the center of the pitch. Shot from deep. Yeah, that was. He made a shot. He went for a shot at least, right? I feel like at least he didn't just piddle with the ball. So yeah, so Mike, the ways in which Cleveland finds ways to lose games, the Browns especially, are some of the craziest scenarios you could ever think of. It's unreal. I just don't know. I mean, and to think worse than if you think that that RJ Barrett shot was anything, that was nothing. That's nothing.
Nothing.
No, it's not. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think there are any games, Drew, that you can recall in memory, or Mike, for that matter, where Cleveland was on the right end of a win, where there was some sort of maybe a controversial call or something just absolutely absurd happening that you can recall? I got one in mind.
I've got one in mind, but I think.
Drew, what do you think?
I'm trying to think here.
Mike, what do you have? What's the one you're thinking?
I'm starting to get one in mind, and it probably is going to be the same as both of you. I think we all might have the same ones in mind.
Is yours basketball related?
No, mine is not. What's yours, Mike?
I'm not imagining this, but why am I thinking this was in Chicago? What was the game where the boy made that ridiculous shot?
Chicago.
Wasn't he foul bounds or something?
Not that I recall.
Or am I imagining that?
I don't think it was out. I mean, I know he made they had there was the play where. Are you talking about in the playoffs?
I might be imagining this.
I mean, it was an absurd shot. We set up the play because David Blatt wanted to call the play for JR, and LeBron took the clipboard and was like, no.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm imagining that. It's just me at 3:40 in the morning making up saying it didn't happen.
I mean, but that was an amazing play. What did you come up with, Drew?
I'm still gonna go through. I'm trying to think.
I'm thinking about Phil Dawson's kick as time expired to tie the game in
Baltimore.
Tie the game in Baltimore, and then they won in overtime. It hit the stanchion. It didn't hit the crossbar. It hit the stanchion and bounced out, and they ruled it no good. And then they reviewed it and were like, yeah, oh, it wasn't. It went through. And then the Browns won in overtime. So it was like, oh, finally we catch a break here. Something ridiculous like this. I mean, how many times have we lost on losing to Baltimore on that Monday night game on a kick six?
Oh, yeah.
How many absurd things have happened? It's unimagiable. I mean, there was the Hail Mary that
I'll tell you what one of my most memorable Browns plays are.
A flea flicker from their own end zone for the third time.
Oh, was that with the RG3? The flea flicker the three times in a row.
One of my most memorable and favorite plays by the Cleveland Browns in my time following team was the COVID Pittsburgh playoff game, the first snap of the game.
Over Roethlisberger's head.
Over Roethlisberger's head. And the defense covers it at the end zone for a touchdown. Like the first snap of the game, yeah.
Oh, that was me. What they say, they were just talking about that the other week. I think it was like Carl Joseph covered it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, who can forget those days when Andrew Sendejo was playing in the defensive backfield? How about that one time that
everyone called him the, what is it?
It's kind of funny though, isn't it? Like the Browns' only playoff win in how many years was when the head coach was sitting in his own basement.
That is kind of an indictment against him. I know we won't say that because I'm like, well, he still had to coach them up, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that he wasn't even there to call the game plan.
And wasn't that a game that Batonio was COVID?
Yes. Yeah. And then he came back the next week. But that's like Blake Hance comes in off the street. Hi, I'm Blake Hance. I'm your offensive lineman. Like, no, they didn't even know the guy.
Well, the defense won us that game because we get 2 early scores on defense.
I believe so. I mean, we pounded. We were kicking the snot out of them. We were running roughshod at Kareem Hunt and others. It was
that play with him was the first snap of the game. I think was going over Big Ben's head, and we recovered it for a touchdown.
I mean, yeah. Well, and then in Mike to kind. Again, this would have been, when the Browns played that playoff game in Pittsburgh and blew that game in that 02-03 season. I mean, all Dennis Northcutt has to do is catch the stupid ball, and the game's over.
Do you know another thing in that playoff one that annoys me though, right? That the touchback.
Yeah, the helmet hit and the ball going out.
If that get called, we win that. I think we win that game because that.
We were right there. We were right there.
And Mahomes was banged up. We would have had all the momentum.
Yeah, the dirty Dan Sorensen hit.
Wasn't it going to tie the game if I remember correctly at that point?
I don't know about that.
Giving us the lead or something, and then
it was going to pull us close. We were down pretty far at that point. I just saw something about that, and I'd have to.
But I remember at that point, it felt like the Browns kind of were taking over that game, but that call completely.
But the fact that was always the problem I kind of found with.
And then Mahomes got injured, didn't he, in that game?
Right, and then of course. They gave up a 3rd and 17 first down to Chad Henne.
Yeah.
How do you do that? We couldn't even get the ball back to give ourselves a chance to win the game because our defense pooped the bed. They pooped the bed. How is it every stupid time you let the quarterback start running around? A backup quarterback, mind you.
Just take him out.
I
Even if it's a foul, take it.
You got it. Yeah. Oh, what a shot save. That was a beaut. Still 1-0, and we are getting into the latter stages of the game. 85th minute, almost 86th minute.
I can't believe it's going to be a 1-0 game. My prediction is way wrong.
You win some, you lose some, Mike.
I'm hoping South Korea ties this, so my prediction's correct.
Yeah, how much money you got on these? What do you stand to win?
So, I will pull up
your slip.
So, yeah. What was your account at before the? What have you withdrawn any money from that account?
Not yet.
So, what were you at before the World Cup?
I was at 423.
And what are you at now?
453.
Okay, so you're all right.
About $30.
Yeah.
But are those all World Cup bets or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So today I had 2 bets going on. The first one was, and there were one's a 5
How much are
game,
you getting per bet?
$5.
Oh, okay.
So today my 2 bets were, the first one was Czechia and draw double chance with over 1.5 goals in the game. Over 1.5 goals in the Switzerland Bosnia game.
So were you just doing goals over or under and then double chance?
Yeah. And then I had the Canadian money line with this game being under 3.5 goals. So that's one bet for $5 to turn into 16 flat.
Okay.
And then my other bet was just the first 3 games to go over 1.5 goals in this game to be under 3.5 for $5 to turn into 17.25.
All right. Come on. Shot into the box. Headed down. Shot. Is it in?
No, he saved it.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was in. I thought it was going in. Goal injured himself, but he saved it.
Holy smokes.
Oh,
Wow.
now I'm going to see it.
Get up. Now he's broken.
Yeah, his own guy ran him over.
I thought that was in. I was like,
Well, he needed to run him over.
I thought it was going
here
in.
we go. Okay, now we're seeing the replay. So you'll see this in a moment. Headed down, ball loose. Oh!
Shoulder.
Oh!
Got it.
Oh! Sorry. Having a muscle spasm.
Oh, I thought that was in. I thought it was going in.
Reaches up. Oh, wow. I mean, the goalkeeper was, what a magnificent play here.
Wow, I thought that was going in for sure.
Yeah.
That they may, I don't know if they're going to get another opportunity, although this is going to add a number of extra minutes. You're going to get at least 3 for the hydration
Well,
break.
this is definitely going to add a minute or 2.
Certainly. Let's see.
So do you guys know when NBA free agency starts?
Oh, the league year start. I think is it like? Why do I think that it officially starts maybe July 1st? Maybe. I could look. I'll look it up in a second. I was trying to.
So does that mean Giannis can't get traded until then?
That may be correct. It feels like it's going to be like. I'll look it up in a second. I don't know.
Because technically, if you have a trade deadline at the end of the season, surely there needs to then be a reopen of that trade period after the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So essentially, that would be the start of the next league season, technically, wouldn't it?
Right. Mike, you're making my brain work, and it's.
Oh yeah, by the way, before I forget, in about 6 hours time, the Premier League fixtures come out.
Oh, hey, look at that! That's nice.
They come out on Friday. I think it's even 9 or 10 a.m. UK time. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was trying to find this thing while we were looking. No, it's while we were on score. Huh. There it is. Come on, work. Nope. Not on this site, you boogers.
Because technically, if there's a trade deadline, then there's to then be a reopening of the trade market after that trade deadline. So surely it's the start of the next league season, surely.
Right. Let's see. There it is.
When's the MLB trade deadline? Because that's been moved, right? Isn't that like middle of August?
I think so.
Okay. At the time, Mike, for your reference, at the time that the Browns had that fumble in Kansas City in the playoffs, it was 16-3.
How was it?
It was 16-3. It was in the second quarter. And let's see. It was late in the first half.
Oh.
And it was under 2 minutes. Gets to Higgins down to the 1. Dirty
Well, they
David
went and
Sorensen.
scored right after that, didn't they? If I remember correctly.
Then the Chiefs went 70 yards in 10 plays in a minute 32 and kicked a field goal to make it 19-3.
That's
So
it. They
went
scored.
right. It went from being
A
possibly
1-score game to like a 3-score game, basically.
right. It went from being 16-10 potentially to 19-3. So that's a fast difference. All right, what do we got going on here? We got a corner coming up. 6 minutes of added time. South Korea trying to equalize.
Oh, crap, Hagar.
Into the box, headed down wide of the mark. Well, he had a good opportunity. Bad execution.
Apparently, Harry Kane would love to give batting a go one day.
Oh, really?
Apparently so. He's put great recovery day with the boys at the baseball. Would love to give batting a go one day. Thanks for having us at Royals.
Oh,
So he'd love to be an NFL kicker, and now he wants to give batting a go in baseball.
Hey, look, if he could kick, he could probably kick just as well as anybody on the Browns roster. I mean, Schmidt's doing a good job, but there have been times where I would have said, hey, sure, send me Harry Kane. I'll take it. That was kind of cool that, Drew, that we were talking to Dakota Yankee of Leviathan, and he was talking about he's got a state championship ring from St. Ed's High School when he was there as a kicker. So, just kind of showing that. And then it's what his younger brother was better than him at soccer. And then when he went down with an injury, his younger brother was like, they were swapping time his senior year at kicker.
Yeah. And then they both won the title, the national title or state title.
That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So we are in the just entering the 94th spot. Like, oh man, South Korea is certainly at least trying pushing here.
Yeah.
Oof. Good play defensively by Mexico to jump in. Ooh. Where'd that ball? I mean, his arm was to his side anyway, so that would have been like a natural position. I couldn't tell it quickly on that replay, but
all right, I need to see the replay at least.
Yeah. All right, he's gonna play.
Yeah, it's definitely just a corner.
Okay, he's go. Jeez, Alou. You got this fracas in the 6-yard box area. Jeez, Alou.
Because if this score holds, Mexico only need a point against Czech Republic to top this group.
Nope. I'm just wondering. I mean, I know it's 1-0, but is Mexico really good? Are they? Where do these teams kind of? This performance, is it indicative of who these teams are?
Just getting the job done, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're middle of the pack. Nothing. It's not spectacular.
But the problem is, Mexico, if they top this group, I think they're guaranteed like 2 home games. So it's like they're going to be hard to beat in their own stadium with their fans backing them in those first 2 knockout games.
Yeah, I guess it'll depend upon the matchups. Obviously, it'll be favorable, but you never know. No.
Which is why I'm a bit worried about England playing them in the round of 16 if they get there, because that'll be in the Azteca. Oh, Mexico don't lose that. They've lost like twice there in like 70 odd games. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you never know what can happen here. I don't put the cart before the horse, and so on and so forth.
And the last time England played there, they got screwed by Maradona in the blooming World
Cup. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember watching that with my dad. That was made my hate for Argentina for real. That's ridiculous. The hand of God, that son of a...
VAR was about 40 years too late.
Yeah. All right, long throw into the box. Are they even going to get, like... one more decent chance where in approximately the last minute of stoppage into the
Oh
box.
no! Oh no! Come on!
Oh, for cripe's sake. Here he goes. Mike, how are you always ahead? That's what I want to know. Oh, well, they played deep. They knocked it away, but time is running. Oh, and it went out. What, did it go out before he touched it? Is it a goal kick? Is it a corner? I mean, we're almost out of time here.
Well, Mexico are the first team to qualify for the next stage of the World Cup.
And that is it. Well, boys, that was a rather dull game. It did not have a lot of action, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So Mexico wins 1-0. As you said, Mike, they have qualified now for the next round out, beyond the group stage. But it'll just be so let's say South Korea wins its next game. And for whatever reason, Mexico lost. Does it based on head-to-head or goal differential?
Mexico need a point to guarantee top spot. If they lose and South Korea win, then it would go down to goal difference.
Right. And if the goal difference was the same, then the head-to-head? Or is it goals
scored?
Okay.
Then it goes to disciplinary. Then it goes to world rankings.
Okay. That's that. I think Mexico's going to be fine.
So Mexico will win the group. They need a point against Czech Republic too.
Yeah. Well, I guess we shall see.
And to be honest, Czech Republic were a bit. I don't know what to think of them.
I don't know. I don't even know, man. So, all right, fellas. Well, this has been another rousing edition of Going nuCLEar and watch along. This is fantastic to have the World Cup here. I think that we're gonna have to, next week we can't do a late show because we'll be getting ready to head up to the land.
Yeah.
When are you heading up?
Sometime early next Friday. So
so it's next week, not this week.
Right, next week and stuff. So we'll have to figure that all out, fellas, and we'll let all of our viewers know our schedule and everything. We really appreciate everybody hanging in there with us all evening. As we have talked about a variety of things, you never know what you're going to get when we get together and we're watching a game and we can't show the video of it. I mean, that's just how it goes. We can talk food. We can talk bad Cleveland sports. We can talk good Cleveland sports. You never know what you're going to get during these events. Want to make sure before we head off tonight, want to again say thank you to Dick's House of Sport out in Strongsville. As I like to say, it's not just a store, it's a destination for all of your sporting goods needs, athletic equipment, all kinds of stuff. They're batting cages. They've got fields out in the back. You can do events and parties and so on and so forth. So get on out to Dick's House of Sport, a proud sponsor and partner of the Land Multimedia Group and all of their podcasts. Also want to say congratulations to the Bearded Browns podcast. Once again, for the second year in a row, they have been named the best sports podcast by Cleveland Scene. I think Cleveland Magazine. It's Cleveland Magazine, or is it Cleveland Scene Magazine?
I think it's the Cleveland Scene.
Cleveland Scene. Okay, so congratulations to those fellas. As always, congratulations to Mike here for he's going to be writing for Daily Spurs, and we'll be looking forward to reading all of your fine work. You do an excellent job in all your recaps, and I'm sure you will not disappoint with all of that. Fellas, great night as always, and appreciate your time. So, for Mike Pellegrini, for Drew Hagenbaugh, I'm Ethan Greenberg. You have been tuned into Going nuCLEar, full-blown coverage of the land, part of the Land Multimedia Group.